Oh shit.
We're back.
Pew pew pew. Pew pew. Pew pew. Pew pew pew. Finger pistols all around here. Robert, shoot off your finger pistol for us, buddy. Pew pew. Pew pew. Pew pew.
Guys, I promise we're sober this week.
We are. This is a sober podcast, but at the end of it, there's like a bonus. Like we normally end with a little sound bite from the podcast, but this week I recorded a drunk answers segment in the back of an Uber where I forgot to write down anybody's name because I was drunk, and so I'm sorry to all of those whose questions we answered, but they'll get answered. So let us know.
I'm just really pissed that I forgot we were going to do that and forgot.
Well,
to get
you were drunk.
Uber
I think everybody in our entire graduating class was drunk. I think most of them, at least, a good chunk of them. I would say 75% of our graduating class. Like I think 160 people were there.
180, I think, was what.
Oh wow, that's a lot of people. It's a lot of people.
Yeah, I didn't know like 50% of them.
Yeah, it was. No, I knew more. I feel like I knew about. I knew at least
20,
half of them.
Maybe like 20% of them I didn't know, but that's still a good amount of people.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I'm not gonna do the math on it.
I know. We're not a math podcast.
It's like 75 people.
No. Yeah, let's not. I don't want to talk about math. I don't want to talk about numbers at all. But anyways, that's like. Why don't we just hop into it? Are we just gonna jump right into the pod? Is that what you just
like a kangaroo?
Yeah, why not?
Hey you, where you been? 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 Where you gone? Where you gone? Since you been? Where you been? Where you been? Where you been?
So I don't know if you guys listened to the bonus one we put out Saturday, but we were just picking up where we just were there. We had a high school reunion on Saturday night. It got pretty lit, and it was a good time.
It was a great time.
And before that, obviously, we get drunk with John.
Yeah.
And now we have less furniture in this room. Mm-hmm. Almost none, actually.
I actually had some people that couldn't make it to the reunion text me and let us know if anybody hooks up, cheats on people, blah, blah. Who do you think's going to be the first one to throw up? And I was like, oh, it's probably going to be me. Sure enough, before I even got there, I threw up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we were pre-gaming over at our buddy Steven's. And right before we left, we were going to take a shot and go. And as soon as I said that, I was like, I got to get the evil out. And I went in his backyard and made myself throw up. And everybody looked at me weird, like, Pat, did you really just go throw up? I'm like, yeah,
You just made yourself throw up?
Yeah, I do that.
Just to throw up?
Well, because I still felt like crap from the day before.
Oh, okay.
All the liquor was still kind of in there. So, and everybody's looking at me. And there's, 20 people there. People that went to college with me and should know that I'm a shit show.
Right.
And they're like, did you really just do, are you feeling okay? I was like, no, now I feel good. I was like, do you guys not know how to adult? Like, the next day if you feel bad, you make yourself throw up and you feel better. Like, I thought that was a trick everybody knew. And
I always just went back to drinking, so my body was like, oh, no, we're still drunk.
Sometimes I can't, though. Like...
You just gotta force it. What I do is if I went beer the night before, you go liquor, and if you went liquor the night before, if you did both, maybe you go wine.
Oh
maybe
no!
You go
if I'm in a state where I have to throw up, there's no liquor hitting my lips until 5:00 that evening. And it wasn't even terrible, but it was just one of those things where I was like, if I take this shot, it's coming up anyway, so let me do this. And then his girlfriend was like, you have to run back out there and my dog's going to eat your throw up. So I had to hose it down, but all that did was spread it around. So sorry, Steven, your girlfriend's dog probably ate my throw up.
Oops.
There wasn't much there though.
No?
It was basically all liquid because I had already had 3 beers. But anyway, yeah, I was the first throw up. Threw it before we even got to the reunion.
Well, you made it to the end. Yeah. I think you went further into the night than I did.
Oh yeah, I made it to the after party and the after party.
They had an after party at a bar. I don't remember how much of this we said. I feel like I turned into a babysitter at the end of the podcast. I wasn't even really that drunk at the end.
I don't really remember the end.
I don't remember a lot.
I don't remember
I had to listen back to it, so I kind of remember, but I don't remember exactly right now if we talked about it. So I can't really blame my drunkenness now. But
it's all John's fault.
Yeah, let's just blame John for it.
Yeah, fucking fat
It's fun though because I like him being on the podcast.
Yeah, anytime he's back in town,
we just got to go to a trip to Austin and we'll break all of his chairs.
That's a good idea.
This first thing I do, I just bring an axe with me. He's like, "What's the axe for?" And I just chop a chair in half. I'm like, "That's one."
All you gotta do is if you get there and break the chair before he sends it back to you on Amazon, like he said he was going to, then that's cool.
Right,
scratch.
That's true.
Only break one though, because you still need one more chair.
Yeah,
2 chairs isn't enough.
Well, he has not sent me what chair it is yet. So I was hoping I get to pick the chair. Because I'm picking one of those hand chairs if I do.
No. You go online and you find some of the old Astro Stadium seats.
No, that's not going to fit at this table. I want a hand chair. It looks like a hand.
That's pretty good.
You're sitting in the palm of a hand. It's pretty dope.
Get the throne from Game of Thrones.
Ooh, that'll be the second chair. Okay. All right, so we got our 2 chairs.
So we've decided.
Ooh, if I had to go a third chair, I would have gotten a camel. Just had the hump. You sit on the hump.
Well, he needs to replace the tote, too, so maybe you can just get a third chair and keep that.
Yeah, I guess I could store it in the camel's back. Boom. Done.
God damn it.
Problem solvers right here. That's what we do.
There we go.
But yeah, the class reunion was fun. I had never been to No Label before, so that was a good time, and it was cool that we got to drink for free for a while, which probably sped up everybody being as drunk as they were. Mm-hmm. It was good catching up on anybody, and apparently you had some drama at the end, but all in all, I didn't think there was any drama. It was good seeing everybody you weren't necessarily close with. It was just everybody was happy to be there. It felt
yeah. Loving everybody that you didn't even get along with in high school.
I had 2 classes with you, and what's up, buddy? How have you been?
You know what? Fucking great to see you. I know I was a dick, but
thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome. If you guys have any 10-year reunion coming up, and you're not sure about going because people were dicks in high school, fucking go. Everybody's 10 years older. Nobody cares anymore.
Everybody's chill now.
Yeah, 18-year-olds. I don't know if you guys know this. 18-year-olds are dicks. 28-year-olds are too tired to care.
They're still dicks somewhat, but it's just they're not as big of a dick.
Yeah.
And
everyone everyone realizes they were a piece of shit at 18. And it's still good to see you, man.
Yeah. Everybody was you're not a family, but it kind of feels that way a little bit because that's your class. You were with these people for 4 whole years of your life if you stayed there for 4 years.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like a movie.
Sometimes longer than that.
It's not gonna be American Reunion where you're all doing crazy high school shit again. No, you just get drunk as adults and hey, what have you been doing?
I wonder if anybody hooked up. I didn't really see anybody. I know some people got numbers. I know Kurt got a number. I'm not going to say whose number, but
oh boy, Kurt.
I know my boy Kurt got a number.
I was too drunk to even fucking try.
Yeah? No, I mean, I obviously didn't, but...
Yeah, it never even crossed my mind because I was just drunk and oh, great to see you.
And a lot of people were married there, too, so I feel that's just...
I wonder if anybody swang.
Ooh. Just swap us, the old swaparooski.
Have a wife swap that you can't put on TV.
Ooh. You think John and his wife and maybe one of the other high school couples that are still together, maybe we're just hey, what if we just have
Are there any other high school couples still together?
I don't know. I was trying to think if there could be.
I don't think so.
The old Cinco swing, what we like to call that one.
We'll have to ask him. We'll get back to you guys on that.
I would call him, but I don't know.
I'm afraid his voice might break your table.
It might everything will shatter. This room does not like him right now. Okay, so we've been at the high school reunion. Where else have I been? What else? I finished season 2 of Atlanta. It's pretty dope. Been watching a lot of NHL and NBA playoffs. You've been watching that?
Not so much NHL. I've fallen off since the Bruins left, but I still keep it on the second TV. I'm just not.
Dude, those Caps, Lightning games, man. I'm hoping whoever comes out. I'm a Red Wings guy, so if Yzerman, he's in charge over there at the Lightning, so I'm kind of rooting for them. But I want Ov to get a win. I want Ovechkin to get a cup before he does. I don't want him to go down like Dan Marino did, where it's one of the all-time greats, but never was able to pull off a championship. Fuck Sidney Crosby. I want Ovechkin to get one. They're just they're both incredible athletes, and just he's due.
I think Caps versus Vegas would be the most fun.
But I feel I want Vegas to kind of have to earn it. You earned it a little bit in the years, but you shouldn't win it your first year.
But them being in their first year, I think might help ratings. For the casual fan, and it'll just get more people into hockey.
Just because a rando team can just win it at any time, I guess. Yeah. I mean, fuck Winnipeg. Obviously, I'm rooting for Vegas to ever win.
Fuck you, Canada.
I'm not rooting for Canada. Thank you for being so nice to us, but sorry. I'm not gonna root for your team. I was in Atlanta. One of the first hockey games I ever went to was an Atlanta Thrashers inaugural game. I saw them lose to the Devils 5-0 or 5-1, and now they're the Winnipeg Jets. You took away my team. You took away my old hometown team.
Who would have thought it'd be the Canadians taking our job?
God damn it. God damn.
Fucking Canadians.
And then NBA playoffs.
Of course.
We're in the conference finals as well.
Boston, man.
Baston. What is it? See us do. What does their shirt say?
See us rise.
See us something with the actual letter C. So you get it because of the Celtics. Yeah. That was a pretty little clever thing. Yeah, Brad Stevens is like the next Greg Popovich.
He might already be.
You gotta win.
He's never had a player quit on him.
They have 4 first-round draft picks, 4 overall picks. They have a couple of first rounders. I feel like maybe they gave one
this draft coming up,
the upcoming one. I thought.
I don't know.
And then
I was at work last night, so I still haven't
Gordon
had a chance
Hayward,
to see it.
and they've got Kyrie coming back next year.
That's what's scary.
And they're already in the conference finals.
They're this good. They've already got like 4 or 5 good forwards. You're going to add Hayward back, and then you got Kyrie running the show, and Terry Rozier is going to be your fucking backup.
Scary Terry.
Dude, and Horford is just ageless. Mm-hmm. Dude's just still going out there and balling.
It's crazy, dude. But then like LeBron, he's the only literally. I guess Kevin Love counts. Kevin Love counts, but like
Love is finally starting to show
LeBron
up.
and Kevin Love, and it's basically like
they're
playing NBA Jam, and everybody else gets to play like 2K. And you're like, but they get 5 guys. What the fuck? And but you can be on fire though, and LeBron's on fire every fucking time. But
but you're gonna score 42 and have a triple double every game.
So, but like, how shitty is it? Like, we're about to get the Rockets, but how shitty is it when you score like 40 points and your team still loses? Like, god damn it, guys, what am I doing? What do I got? What else? What else? Anything else? Can someone help?
No. Hey, and you know what? It's on him.
You got to argue.
He orchestrated the entire team.
You got to argue. Is it Tristan Thompson's fault?
Yes.
You cheating on Chloe? Was it just?
No, it's him. It's still him being with Chloe. It's the Kardashian.
No,
curse.
I would just say him cheating on Chloe. It's like it's karma.
Why wouldn't you cheat on Chloe?
Both begin with a K. I mean, Chloe's hot now.
No.
She was looking good before she got pregnant. I mean, I'm not saying she was ugly pregnant, but like she was looking good.
The only sister
dude.
I've ever thought has looked any good at all is the other one.
I mean, she started working out. I mean, obviously some of it's manufactured.
Who's the one that's a bitch?
I don't know which one's
that. Robert, help us out here. The Kardashians.
Robert knows the Kardashians. Robert Kardashian was the original Kardashian, so Robert Barbosa probably knows a lot.
Courtney,
of the Kardashians.
that's it.
Yep.
Courtney, I like Courtney because
yeah, sure. I don't know.
This is why we need Johnny. No, Courtney's awesome because all she does is shit talk Kim. That's the only thing I ever saw her do on the show. Like, Kim, why don't you just stop being a bitch? And then she starts laughing while Kim's crying. You look ugly when you cry.
Who's your favorite Kardashian, Robert?
I don't know anything about Courtney, so I'm gonna go Chloe.
Bruce?
Chloe? Yeah, I guess you could. I mean, he's more of a Jenner. I would say Courtney. I would say Courtney's my fave.
Yeah.
She was the guy that she dated or married.
Scott Disick.
Yeah, that guy was.
I fucking love that asshole.
That guy was such a dick.
Fucking pillhead douchebag.
He just looked like every Christian Bale douchebag character he's ever played.
Oh my god, dude! If you took Christian Bale,
I think that's what he was going for. It's like, what do you want? All right, Christian Bale in every movie he's been like a bad dude.
Specifically American Psycho, but you just move him to the 2000s.
What was that? The one that was Steve Carell about the housing bubble popping.
Big
money.
No, the Big Stink or some shit like that. It's not. I don't know.
But
I haven't
like in that,
seen it,
he's an asshole too. So it's like,
of course
you should get that. You should get that as well. He was cool though in that as well. I mean, so yeah, you should definitely do that. And then in the fighter. He wasn't
the fighter.
Oh no, he was more of his brother.
He was a crackhead. He was a crackhead in the fighter.
You're right. He was not the main character. He was the main character's brother.
Yeah, Marky Mark.
That's I got mixed
Wahlberg.
up. Old Mark over there.
Hey brother, we got a fight coming up. Where you
carrying
been?
Carrying his cake down the street, just like all over his shirt.
How are you gonna manage me in the fight if you're on crack? What are you doing?
Well, I don't know how this is gonna work.
Say hi to your mother for me. Best terrible Mark Wahlberg impression out there. I do a great bad one.
So Adam Clanton does a really good Mark Wahlberg. We should have him on the podcast.
Let's do
his impressions. He could do Bill Walton. He can do all of them. He used to do Bill Walton on a mobile. Jim Rome, he's awesome at.
I feel like everybody's had a Jim Rome impression at one point or another, though.
Clones.
Literally the worst movie of all time. Nope.
You just have to pause, have weird pauses, and then sound like you're reading anything. Guinness Extra Stout. Belgian Trade Brad.
you'd have to pay me $1 million. Wait, scratch that, $2 million to watch that movie.
Where he like corrects himself and it's like, you obviously wrote that into your script, so you just could have just said the other thing. But all right, it's like when like on Facebook and stuff. I don't even know how to do it, but like when you type in stuff, and Robert did it on our prep sheet the other day. How do you make it where there's like a line crossed out across whatever it is?
That takes a while to find. It's like deep in the menu when
But
you select a word.
when people do that, it's just like you took way too much time out of your time to do it. Like that was funny that you did it, and I get that sometimes it's funny, but it's just like that seems like work right there. Like just cut it in half, you know?
Yeah.
Just cut it.
Yeah, that's what Jim Rome sounds like he's doing. But that's I don't know what we were talking. We were talking about basketball, and then we led into that, didn't we? The Rockets playing the Golden State Warriors.
Must win tonight.
I think it's a must win. So everybody listening to this, future you guys, you'll know how it is. We're hoping, we're optimistic, and hopefully our optimism pays off. Now, I don't want to brag, but I have put some money on Golden State. And
Why would that be bragging?
Because I just want to say, if they win, then that means I'm losing money because I bet on Golden State. So what I'm doing is I'm basically paying for a Rockets win. So just, you're welcome ahead of time.
If you guys see Alex anywhere and we didn't win, I'll pay you $5 to give him a wedgie in public.
No, he won't. Pat doesn't have that money.
No, I'll do it.
He doesn't have that money.
I'll fucking
Bitcoin. You have Bitcoin.
I'll open a credit card to get the money.
I'll take out a loan.
I just want to see 8 videos of Alex getting a wedgie. Only if we lose, which we're not going to do. We're going to win.
Yeah, we're gonna win.
We're going to actually hit our shots.
We're gonna go out and we're gonna win. We're gonna win.
And we're going to send in our 3rd string, 4th string center, the Asian guy, with the only job of kicking Draymond Green.
Oh boy, I hope so.
Square in the testicles.
Yeah, I sure hope so, man. Okay. So we got who? Like, I think the Rockets are not going to win this series. I'm trying to be a realistic kind of guy. I've already talked about it, I think,
but I would hope we can at least make it go 6. Like we gotta take one.
I said Golden State in 6.
If we go down 0-2, I'm really scared we're just gonna get rolled in 4.
No, it'll be a gentleman's sweep, I think, at least. You'll get the 5 games. You'll win 1. It'll probably be that bullshit game. Maybe game 4 or whatever.
We got to win at least 2.
But you cannot lose game 2.
Well, but I mean, if nobody else decides to step up and fucking shoot.
It's just the defense, I feel like. This guy's like, you're not making your shots, but the team's not going to make their shots all the time. You got to have it just sucked that Golden State's making those threes. Kevin Durant can't really be guarded at all. Like, the ISO ball worked okay, but not great.
Well, the biggest problem was that we kept leaving Klay Thompson wide open for
because you're
layups.
trying to fucking guard everybody else. So it's like
no, but we were just dropping coverage.
It's such a stacked
and you're leaving
team.
Like, I'd rather leave Klay Thompson wide open under the thing, but no, we're just giving him layups from the 3-point line because there's nobody within 10 feet of him. So he's just catch 3, and it's just there's nobody near him. And it's literally, I think a 3-pointer with nobody around for him is easier than a layup. I swear to God, that dude does not miss wide open threes.
Do you think they win tonight? Rockets.
I'm gonna say Rockets win. I do think they win tonight. Because they know if they go down this game, there's no shot.
They've got to at this point. And James has to have in his head, like... But what sucks is, like, Harden went off. Yeah. Like, his defense kind of was lacking, and he got gassed at the end there. But, like, that's because, goddamn, he was the only offense that we had for a long part of that game.
We just, like... But the scary thing is, too, Steph didn't even have a good game.
Well, that's what sucks about Golden State. Like, Kevin Durant was matched up against Harden.
That's why Kevin Durant's
smaller
the weakest player of all time.
I mean, he's one of the best players of all time.
No, he is.
As well,
but he's the weakest bitch of all time.
He got a better job offer.
Him going to Golden State is more of a bitch move than LeBron having that show the decision. That's a bigger bitch
I would
move. Disagree. Well, it's because you're stupid and you don't understand sports.
I think I do understand sports. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I understand sports. I'm a sports guy on a show.
Yeah,
like my occupation.
It's like being the fastest person at the Special Olympics.
I mean,
you're doing it, but like,
good points. I don't know. Fair enough.
I think you just insulted my entire profession, but okay.
All right, cool. Radio's bad. We're sort of an offset of radio, but all right.
We're better. We can cuss.
Yeah, we can say
fuck you, FCC.
We can say shit and fucking cunt.
Cunt. I love it.
Cunt.
You know what?
You would get fired if you said that on the air.
We gotta say twat more too.
Twat's not a curse word though.
Oh, twat is. Try and say it on air.
Oh.
Say twat in the middle of Rod talking tomorrow and see what the FCC has to say about it.
Everybody tune in. 94.5 The Buzz.
Sometime between 4 and 9.
See if we can get those ratings up a little bit. Not that they're bad at all, but well, you just give
Alex
us a
is
little
gonna
boost.
drop
Like
a
we were
hard
just
T.
listening to see if Alex will drop the hard T, and they're like, "What's the hard T?" Like, it's twat. Twat? Did you say? I can't hear you.
Alex might get fired tomorrow, guys.
I probably might. No, I'm not. I won't. I'll do a good job.
Can you tweet it out during the show?
I won't do anything. I promise to get fired.
Yeah, don't do that. We like listening.
But yeah. So I think Golden State wins in 6. I think the Rockets. God, they pull it. They got to pull it off tonight.
If we win in 6,
or last night,
I'll
if
take
you're
that as a
listening
good
on Thursday.
series. Honestly, I mean, if we lose in 6,
and then you just get LeBron. So okay, everybody that says like Kevin Durant's a bitch to leave. LeBron leaves Cleveland and comes to Houston. How are you a fan of that?
because it's complete. You're not leaving a team
To go
that
to
already
a team
has,
that was the number 1 seed in the conference,
but didn't
that
win and
was
does now
almost to the
already
conference
have
finals.
3 superstars.
And then, but Golden
Like,
State beat LeBron last year, so he went to the
He's-
team that beat him, just like Kevin Durant did when Golden State beat Oklahoma City. So, ooh.
There's been big threes in the history of the NBA. Most of the big threes for the longest time were internally built, like Golden State's was. There are some, like Boston's and theirs,
That makes
where
sense
2 of the
what you
players
said.
came and made a big 3. Kevin Durant is the only player ever to go, well, let's just have 4 guys. Like, right? Let's just have 4 all-stars of the best 12 players in the league. That makes it fun.
He got
I
a
don't
ring,
want to
didn't
try
he?
anymore. He did. He got the weakest.
Robert, let me
he got
just-
the weakest ring in the history of the NBA.
I want to give you like a hypothetical. Like,
Except he's tried this. It doesn't work.
no, but just like we pay you, but we don't pay you very much because we don't make a lot of money. You know, we're for the listens. Like, say like the number 1 podcast in the world was like, yo, like Joe Rogan was like, hey Robert, I will give you $1 million to move out to LA and be my producer, and it's gonna be like the number 1 podcast everybody listens to, and you're gonna have like a much better gig. It's gonna be probably like more intelligent talk, at least, definitely more factual evidence. We probably won't cut you off as much. Would you probably do that?
Yeah, I'd probably do that.
Except that.
What a fucking sellout! Robert's a fucking sellout.
Let me change it to where the analogy is equal.
It is equal.
Say we paid you as much as any other producer in the entire podcast industry. You got that. And for a long time, say we'll just take Joe Rogan as the number 1 podcast. We'll just say he is. I don't know if he is.
I'm not looking at the charts. So
And we were actually beating Joe Rogan in the ratings for a while, and then he overtook us. And then Joe Rogan goes, "Hey, I'll offer you less money to come to our podcast, even though you can, you got a real good shot at overtaking us." That's the scenario.
You took
Now, you might
took
take
an
it just
opportunity,
because-
though. You took the opportunity that you thought bettered yourself.
You're going to make less money for one that you have a good shot at beating.
But in the longevity, your legacy that you're going to leave on your job,
Oh, and your legacy is going to be scarred forever. That's another part of it.
is it going to be scarred forever when you win
Yes,
like
'cause-
ring after ring after ring?
Because everybody finds it the weakest move ever.
Not everybody. I don't.
I feel like Robert's like a kid caught in a divorce right now. Just both parents.
What do you
yelling at him.
like? What do you think? Do you think that's like a cheap move to do?
I don't know. Like in Pat's analogy, I'd probably stay here because I would want to build this.
Well, obviously, because like it's a great podcast. But like, I'm like pretend it wasn't something that you love with all your heart. like pretend you lived in Oklahoma City. You lived in fucking Oklahoma. Like,
Actually, yeah. In this analogy, you also have to.
and then you get to move to
fucking
California.
hate Alex because he's a dick and always just
Yeah,
fucks
because
up
I'm
your shit.
And like every time like you try and talk,
But-
we just interrupt you and we steal the talking from you, kind of like Russell Westbrook did.
Yeah.
He's like, "Do y'all do that, assholes?"
Yeah, I guess then I would take the other job or whatever.
But he was doing what he thought would better his career. So like, I don't fucking fault the
But
guy
like
for that.
everybody's had that chance forever, but everybody has understood. Oh, this will also be the biggest bitch move in the history of bitch moves.
That's exact. But the Heat did pretty much exactly what he did. It was like, what if we all of us good players go to the same team
Like,
and
what-
we'll win?
what
And
if-
they did that.
what
and
if
now
Larry
LeBron
Bird-
is like still like he gets shit on, but not as much as KD did for this.
Like, what if Larry Bird had just gone, you know what, I'm going to go to the Lakers?
Free agency wasn't as big of a deal then.
But it's still the same option. Oh, if I go to the Lakers, then we're definitely always going to win.
But you just didn't have super teams then. Like, that wasn't a thing.
Really? You're trying to tell me that Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and James Worthy weren't a super team?
Okay, well, you had two super. Like,
You're trying to tell me that? No, it's not.
Not every team could just build a super team. Nowadays, people can do that.
No,
Most
not
teams
every
can
team
put together.
can. Only large market teams
But
or people that built through the draft can. Like, you're trying to tell me there wasn't super teams? You had in the 60s, you had the Celtics.
But you didn't have
in the
free
70s,
agency
you had
to
the
create
Lakers.
these
In the
super
80s,
teams.
you had the
build
Lakers
those.
and the fucking.
You had to build those teams, though.
Not always. Kareem got traded.
I know it. Most of the time, those teams were built that way. It wasn't just like free agency, but like it was like LeBron, or no, actually, it was Boston started that whole thing.
Yeah.
With the fucking Ray Allen,
Big three.
all of them. And technically, it was the four because Rajon Rondo just hadn't.
Yeah,
had
but
his
he was a
comeuppance
rookie.
yet. But still, he was on that
But they
fucking
drafted
team.
into it.
But so you have one guy, and like, but then LeBron was the next guy to do that, and now like everybody wants to copy that. So I don't fault KD for copying what he saw LeBron do.
Because he's a bitch. And he's part of our generation that's full of bitches.
I would fault him more for his like burner Twitter accounts. Like
that's
you
another
and
part of
Robert
it.
probably like Robert has because Robert was.
How are you going to throw me into this? I never won one time.
Just so you could complain about it. That's why he did it.
Fucking Robert with his burner.
Robert, yeah, you're just like KD, Robert.
Can we call him Robbie Burner now?
I don't know, I like Bobby jokes.
Yeah, it's much better.
Bobby Burner. All right, that was pretty much where so NBA and NHL playoffs. Also, oh no, Netflix guys, this is like a must watch, guys. So it's a documentary, but it's a docu-series. It's only 4 parts, and they're not even like an hour-long episode each. Definitely worth the watch. It's called Evil Genius, and it is fucking wild. It's like about this heist that these people pulled off in 2003, I think. And it was in Pennsylvania, and they strapped a bomb to a guy's neck and made him go rob a bank. And he goes and he robs the bank, and then
the cops catch
shit
him.
happens, and they're like, "Wait, was the guy in on it?" And like, it just gets weirder and weirder from there. I don't want to spoil it because I want you guys to watch it and let me know what you think.
We didn't even hit the best plot points of how it went down. Like when you see, if you haven't heard of the story, you see the story. It's fucking nuts.
So the guy has like a letter he's got to follow. He's got to go hold up a
just
bank.
leave it at what we did,
and it's insane. And I watched all 4 episodes last night.
Ooh.
And just like burned through the whole thing, and it's about 4 hours worth. Not quite 4 hours, but if you've got like an afternoon you want to just kill, definitely I would recommend that. And it's crazy how they're like pinpointing shit to somebody else, and then somebody else did this, and so died, so you can't go to them, and just how they're connecting all the dots, and then there's people confessing left and right. And apparently meth's a bad thing. I don't know if you know this, but meth not got a lot of great like outcomes from all these people that are doing them. So
I've heard to get some bad.
I would I just from watching this exclusively, I would say maybe let's be an anti-meth podcast.
Yeah.
Anti-meth podcast. All right, we can agree on that. Anti-meth, anti-Nazi, pro West Ham, and pro woke.
Pro woke. Robert, where you been?
Yeah, Robert.
I finally decided to get my car fixed after months and months of the same issue where it doesn't turn off. I finally
Way to
decided
go, buddy.
I'm gonna take it to the dealership. I'm gonna get it fixed. So I took it there Monday, and I had a warranty on it that expired at 95,000 miles, and my car had 94,000 miles. So they're like, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at everything, just because this warranty is about to expire.
That's smart.
So I'm in a loaner right now that I have quickly become attached to because
it turns off.
Yeah, it turns off, and it's
You don't have to wait in a spot
Yeah.
for like 30 minutes before you can go in.
I just turn it off, and there it is, like a car's supposed to
Like
do.
a real car.
Yeah, and it's a much newer car. Mine's a 2013. The loaner is 2018. It's much nicer.
It's crazy how much changes in just
Yeah.
a couple of years.
And all I'm gonna pay is a $50 deductible for them to fix a bunch of issues that the car has. I'm like,
That's not bad.
not bad.
Not bad at all.
Yep. And Sunday night.
Do you know what, like, have they gotten back to you on what issues it had?
So the gear shift, the car was not recognizing that it was in park for some reason. Even though the car wouldn't move, thankfully,
Right.
it wouldn't recognize that it was in park.
That's weird.
So they got to replace
But it
the
makes
gear
sense
shift.
at least.
Yeah.
But like to somebody that's not a car guy, you're like, oh, what's happening?
Yeah. I had no idea.
And then at least you didn't try and fix it yourself, because sometimes that ruins it more. Like when I
Yeah.
did that.
I would have no luck if I tried by myself.
Yeah, sometimes you think the radiators, you think the engine's the radiator, and you just fuck, and you got to buy a new engine. Not fun.
And Sunday, I did something I haven't done in a long time, and I went bike riding with Sam at Eleanor Tinsley Park.
Oh, nice.
Nice. The bike sharing stuff. And,
those red bikes?
Yeah.
Were they dope?
They were pretty cool.
Did you feel like exhausted after? Did you feel like Lance Armstrong?
I felt exhausted after. I had to take a break in between because it's been a long time since I ridden a bike.
Uh-huh.
And Sam exercises more than I do, so I'm like, I need a break. I feel like I'm going to throw up right now. If we don't stop right now, I'm going to throw up.
Were you guys racing?
No, it was just like a bunch of like hills and like angles,
Oh yeah, that part.
steep.
Yeah.
And so,
I thought he said pills at first.
They were doing pills. That's why he was so tired. Like all those pills wore him out.
and I expected the next day that my knees would hurt or feel sore at all. The only part of me that felt sore was my butt because that bike seat was really uncomfortable.
Did you get like your gooch area? Was that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you're not familiar with that, I've everybody I know that's ever trained for that MS 150. That's what it's called. Everybody that I know that's trained for that says that like there's like special pads, like padded shorts you can buy and shit because like that gooch is gonna get fucked up if you're like a regular rider. And I'm sure like when your body's not used, you're like, what is this? I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I was not comfortable. Like when I wiped, I would accidentally touch a spot that was sore and I'm like, ow, that hurts. But yeah, that's pretty much where I've been.
So you're just never gonna go biking again? Is that what you?
I might do it like once a week. Try to get better at it.
Just get that gooch a little, just strengthen it up. Baby steps. You gotta do baby steps. Baby pedals, excuse me.
Man, that was hard. I tried super hard not to interrupt.
I was really working hard at it too, just to ask questions.
And I still did it once. And I was just like, that's why the entire time I was just going,
Yes, I also agree.
That's so hard. I don't mean to do it.
That's what she said.
But Robert he brings up great stories, and
Yeah,
I want to be a part of
He
them.
does. It's a storyteller.
Yeah.
It's like we're around a big campfire. That's what I feel like. I don't know.
I was just trying right there to think, oh, he's like so-and-so, and I could not think of one great writer's name. It's like, oh, he's a storyteller, and still, while I'm saying all this, can't think of one author. Besides J.R.
Dr. Seuss.
Rowling.
He's like Dr. Seuss.
Who's the guy that wrote On Walden Pond?
Fucking know.
Fucking, I don't know.
I guess you could say this group of guys aren't readers.
Doesn't even make sense.
I know it doesn't. But don't worry, we got a laugh track.
Thank you.
They loved it.
Was that the Lady Let's?
that guy in the background there, he was losing his shit. All right, Pat, where have you been, bud?
Same you.
Same thing.
Sports, 10-year reunion, and then just hanging out on Sunday doing nothing.
That's what's up. Yeah, recovering from like a 2-day hangover, basically.
Yeah, I mean we were together for a lot of this weekend.
We did
except for Recover Day. So
and the drunk Uber questions.
Yeah.
I will not forget to put at the end of this.
Yeah.
Robert, don't let me forget to put that at the end of it. Just future Alex, remind.
Robert, don't
remember.
let him forget to put it in.
That's Ba-dum-bum. We need to get Pat a snare drum. He's been trying to use beer cans. I don't really think
Well,
it's
it worked.
working
It worked earlier, but now that I've opened this one and it's almost empty, you don't get that nice ping.
I guess with those beer cans, I guess no one can hear you. That was better.
Boo.
Look, all right, I'm trying. I'm just trying some stuff out.
I'm just kidding. I love
some
those
things. Okay, that was where you've been, and now it's time for me to tell you guys about our friends over at Blue Apron. You guys, did you know that it's the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country? Pretty cool. Yeah, right? The #1, whole country. #1. And they're advertising on the #1 podcast to listen to. I'm not saying it's the #1 rated podcast. #1 podcast to listen to, definitely. #1 in all of our hearts. You can get it all delivered to your door by going to blueapron.com/PTG. That's right, they gave us our own little like friend code. It's like our little it's like an inside joke you're a part of, but it's not a joke. It's just delicious food you're getting. They're going to send you a bunch of ingredients. They're going to tell you what to do with them, and then bang, you got a meal to eat in about 30 minutes or less. If you order from blueapron.com/PTG this week, what do we got for you? Some seared steak. Shh. Shanghai Kung Pao chicken, baked wild Alaskan pollock, roasted sweet potato quesadillas.
I hate to interrupt you. The fish is called pollock. Pollock is an offensive term for Polish people.
Well, but it's spelled the same way. I'm going to call it pollock.
Be woke.
You're right. How dare us?
Please continue.
Baked wild Alaskan Polish people. Roasted sweet potato quesadillas, and this is going to be our last Blue Apron read ever. Spring pea and mushroom ramen. What about this one? Za'atar roasted cauliflower. Help me with that, food guy.
Let me come read it.
It's Za'atar roasted cauliflower. Dude, that's the weakest of the group, guys. Like if you're gonna get that, like you don't know how to say it.
I'm gonna think that's called Zatar.
The whole point is Blue Apron's gonna send you shit. You don't need to know how to pronounce it. You can cook it because they'll show you how to cook it on their fancy little recipe ingredient cards. You're also gonna get balsamic glazed chicken thighs and smoked Gouda cheeseburgers. I could get that one out there. Like I said, you can get it all by signing up at blueapron.com/PTG. It's blueapron.com/PTG. You're literally gonna get $30 off of your first order and free shipping. So do it right now. It's easy. It's flexible. There's a variety of different foods, and it's guaranteed freshness every time. So go to blueapron.com/PTG. Blueapron.com/PTG. We're straight up just giving you money to order this. Like we're giving you $30 in food to order this.
You're welcome.
Blueapron.com/PTG. Blue Apron, a better way to cook. Okay. What is up next? We got comeback.
Just told them they were going to eat Polish people.
Well, it looked like it said Polak. Excuse me for not knowing how to say words. I know people that say Polak all the time. I don't really know I'm saying it all the time.
The more I hang out with you, I can really tell you did not read much, did you?
I did read. Back in the day, but I'm more of a Wikipedia guy.
Still reading.
That's the same thing. So I would say, yes, I'm an avid reader. I read many books. And by books, I mean movie synopsises. So there we go.
I want to make a leather-bound book of Wikipedia entries.
Oh, we should do that and we should sell it.
The book of Wikipedia. Oh,
the book of Wick.
No, you just sell a fucking tablet with a leather-bound book casing on it.
Gold. Just buy an iPad.
Trademark. You guys can't use it. Trademark.
Verbal trademark. It's done. Too late. Sorry, guys.
Verbal contracts are binding in Texas.
We talked to John. John said it's cool.
Yep.
He's our lawyer. And you went for criminal justice, even though you didn't study law, but...
No, I didn't need to. I was past it. I was woke. I was woke on the law.
I'm too woke for law school, guys. All right, let's get into Comeback Kid. Ooh, and then I found this fun little thing that we can help us be woker since we're talking. Do we want to do this first? Do we want to talk about the ways that men can help make women's lives a little bit easier?
Your call, buddy.
Hey, what? On the woke train, we're just riding that woke train, guys. We're riding the woke train.
Let me drink some more first so I can be really, really respectful to the women.
Pat's usually more respectable to women, or respectful to women when he's drunk. The more he drinks, the more respectable. It's a fact. All right, these are just This is called Broadly, which seems like an offensive website for women to have a thing that you should have to respect women broadly.
But it's actually run by women.
But
they chose it.
Oh, it's like that's their word.
Yeah,
that's their word. Broadly.
You can't call us broads, only we can call each other broads. Because I feel like most men, when you use the term broad...
I think broad is such a funny term, though.
It's so great, but it also...
A couple of broads over there.
It tends to be prefaced by the word stupid. Like, every time it's a fucking stupid broad.
Fucking broads.
I know, I've got a friend who loves to use it, our buddy Josh. It's always stupid broad.
I like the term birds occasionally, but especially it's a British one as well.
Ooh.
A couple of birds. There's birds over there.
But see, that
like an old lady.
It does not work without the British accent.
There's birds over there.
Okay, that's not a British accent.
Birds.
It's like Jim Rome if he smokes cigarettes.
I'm Jim Rome. Clarence.
Clarence. I've smoked 3 packs a day for 60 years, sweetheart, and I'm still here.
Clarence. All right, these are just some tips that women gave us for how to better respect women, guys. Now,
oh my god, I just read the first one and I fucking hate it already.
Yeah, no, that's why I shared this list. Before explaining something to a woman, ask yourself if she might already understand. She may know more about it than you do. So, rule number 1: don't explain anything to women.
Yeah, so if a woman ever asks you if you're sick, don't explain it to her because she might know more about you being sick than you might know.
Really, exactly. That's exactly what it is. So, but in any situation, don't explain anything to women because we just got to assume that they know more about it than us.
If she asks you a question, don't answer because that's actually the polite thing to
That's
do.
what you should be doing.
Go,
fellas.
tell her you should know because you're an intelligent woman.
That is condescending, Pat. You say, hey, man, I'm sure you got it all figured out.
Just say, hey, listen here, you broad. I think you
Don't
probably
say that.
know better
That's
than I
not
do.
respectful.
I didn't say stupid broad.
Related. Also, this is related to the first one. Never tried to explain feminism to a woman. I can't tell you how many times I've gone down that street and it just doesn't ever work out. Also, trans women are women. Repeat that until you perish. Until you die. Trans women are women. Okay. Quick.
Let's move on.
Trans women. That is a man that is a woman? Or
No,
would
it's
it
a
be-
woman. You can't question this, Alex. No, it's just a woman.
No, but that's a man that transitioned to a woman? Or is it a woman that transitioned to a man, but you were a trans woman, so you are now a man, or are you a trans man at that
Or
point?
it's also a...
Because if you're a trans man, would you be a man that's transitioning to a woman?
It's
but
a
you're
man
not
that
quite
transitioned to a woman, but it's also just any man that feels like a woman. They don't have to dress or act or even appear female. If you don't recognize them as a trans female, you're sexist, even though it could be me talking to you.
Okay. All right. Well, trans women are women. Trans women are women. Trans women are women. Trans women are women. Just fast forward that and just loop that until I die. Robert, do that in post. Respect people's pronouns. It's not hard.
It's
That's
actually,
what she said. It's definitely not hard when you're talking about pronouns. Hey,
it's actually incredibly fucking hard because there's like 78 pronouns now.
Zai, Z, Zay.
And by the way,
Zo.
I know what
I'm making them
I know
up,
what
I think.
none of them mean. No, you actually just
I know
use
Zai is one.
Zai, Z, Zao. And here's the fucked up thing is now apparently the politically correct thing. Anytime you meet somebody, the first question you have to ask them is, "What is your preferred pronoun?"
No, that's not. That's not. That is not what I asked.
You cannot start a conversation with somebody without knowing what their pronoun is. Because what if you use the wrong one by accident in a sentence? Now you're a bigot.
And we don't want that.
See how 4 rules in we're already realizing this is why broads shouldn't be allowed to do things.
Skip to 32.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to skip through, or else I'm gonna.
You don't think we
lose
can
my
go one
fuck-
at a time? Do all the way to 100?
Oh, I'll
you don't
do-
want it. Robert just wants to edit a 4-hour podcast, right?
I'll do one at
Ooh,
a time.
32 is pay for porn. I'm not going to do that. Fuck that shit.
That's what ads are for.
That's how they got you to read so far down on the list. They're like, we just got to put that one at 32, so that's when you know how to quit.
No. If you're gonna put that, you legitimately have to put also don't listen to Pandora or Spotify because that's stealing as well. I'm sorry, as long as there's ad revenue coming in, it's not fucking
and
stealing.
Hey, I don't know if you know this. There's female artists out there.
Oh man, I'm gonna start tweeting it broadly until they fucking block me.
They'll probably.
Now I want to go 1 for 1.
All right. How about never commenting on a woman's body? Ever heard of that one? So it doesn't matter what, don't comment. Be kind to customer service.
Where are you at now? Where did you skip to?
I'm back up at the top, just reading some of these because I had some notes I had. Be kind to women in customer service positions. Tip them extra, but not in a creepy way. So
Okay,
tip.
first of all,
tip.
no.
How does that make sense?
No, that's fucking.
How
absurd.
does
I'm gonna
it?
stop it right
How
there.
does that make sense? Be kind to women in customer service positions. Tip them extra, but not in a creepy way. How is it creepy to be like, well, because you're a woman, here's $100 as opposed
First of
to
all,
what I would
that's
normally
fucked
tip?
up. Be kind to people in customer service positions. Period. End of gender. And by the way, you just left out people that don't identify as women.
Or minorities.
Yeah.
I like to be nice to all customer
How
service
about you
people.
just be nice to people that are trying to fucking help you? Now, if they're being terrible at their job and not doing it well, like people that work at the Dr. Pepper Company or Comcast,
Specifically Comcast.
fuck them. Yeah, that's not really their fault. Their company just sucks in its structure. But if you have a waiter that sucks, they fucking suck.
That's true. That's
Fuck
true.
'em.
That is that's an argument that I get there's bad people in every group. There's
Yeah.
it's like the police people. It's like not
Don't
all police
single out
shoot,
women that
but
women
and
deserve
hey,
extra money.
Hey, they don't deserve extra money. Why? I mean, because we ended the wage gap. I don't know if Broadly
Yes, we did.
listens to Pass the Gravy, but we are basically a feminist podcast, especially since we're doing this. We're showing you how to be more friendly to women. What about examining your language when you talk to women? Get rid of irrational, dramatic, bossy, and badgering in your vocabulary immediately.
Okay, first of all, I'll use irrational for any race. Or not any race, any sex. Dramatic, bossy, yeah, those...
What about periody? She's acting very periody now.
Are you bleeding? No, you skipped one that I do want to cross, though.
All right, go ahead.
In all caps. Close your legs on public transit. Oh, my God. How about...
I'm surprised it wasn't just OMG. It should have just been OMG.
Now you are discriminating against fat people. Because you know what?
And legs. You're discriminating against legs in general, I think.
I don't think they get how hard it is to just keep your fucking knees together when you're really fat and your thighs touch all the way inside of your body. I'm going to say my thighs touch inside. Then you add testicles in the middle of that.
Yeah,
that
I don't like to
hurts
crush
really
those.
fucking bad. So you know what? I can't keep my knees together because right now I'm doing
You're
it.
man-spreading.
And I'm literally crushing my dick between my thighs.
What do you think? What do you think number 44 means?
Oh, let's go
Can't
see.
wait. Let's go.
Shit, you know, I want everybody...
Wash it up. Oh, so you're telling me, a man, what to do with my body?
Okay.
Are you telling me what to do with my body? Excuse me, Broadly. My body is none of your business.
But I guarantee you
buddy.
somewhere on here, commenting on a woman's smell is a no-no.
Make a round of tea for the office. How does that make sense for women? That doesn't make any sense.
Shut the...
Because women like tea. They like tea. They have tea parties. That's
All right,
why.
I want everybody to go through, because we're not going to do every one of these. It would make it a 4-hour podcast. But ones that we miss, ask us, because I want to get fucking pissed off at every one of these.
Recruit women on the same... I don't recruit people on the side. Learn how to do domestic tasks to a high standard. I'd only do it wrong is a bullshit excuse.
Make
Well,
sure
if it was
there's
done right, I wouldn't have to do it then.
Make sure there's childcare at your events. First of all, not my job to take care of your children. Second of all, why are you assuming that's only the women's
I don't
job?
know. I didn't birth the child. Not my problem.
But why are you saying, since these are tips for men to help women, why are you assuming it's the women's job to take care of the kids? Why would this be a tip for women? You're assuming women should be childbearers. That's fucked up.
This is the only article that this author has written for this website. I clicked on their name, and this is the only article that appears.
No way.
Wow. Don't schedule breakfast meetings during the school run. Once again, you're saying women are the only ones that take care of their children.
Ooh, what about single fathers? What about single fathers? We're just trying to be. We are an equality podcast. We love you, women. We love you, ladies.
This one
And trans women as well. We love all of you guys.
this is
Everybody in the
one-
LGBTQ BLT community, we are huge fans of.
We do. I was joking earlier. Live your life. I don't give a fuck how you live it. Here's another one that pisses me off constantly. If you have a strict boss or mom or teacher who's a woman, she's not a bitch. Grow up. I'm sorry. Bitch is just the female version of asshole.
I call Pat a bitch. Pat calls me a bitch.
But like specifically,
Like that's what people call each other bitches.
I call Kevin Durant.
You
a
called,
bitch.
yeah, you just did.
But like 99.5% of the time, asshole and bitch are interchangeably like for the sexist for me.
I feel like
I
cunt-
call men
cunt
assholes
goes that
and
way
I
as
call
well.
women bitches. It's just what I do. It's the same fucking term to me.
I feel like cunt goes that way as well, where it's like that is apparently the most offensive thing you can say to a
Now,
woman.
cunt only
like,
applies to women. Unless you're British.
I don't know.
then
I
everybody
call
calls everyone
dudes
a cunt.
cunts all the time. I'm like, quit being a fucking cunt, man.
That's true. I do try and use cunt more, and I do try and use it for everybody.
But like, I pick and choose where I use it.
But also,
Like,
95% of the
yeah,
time,
you
if I'm
gotta
saying
know.
cunt, I'm talking about a woman.
Or you're. I'm not going to say that is the same for me. Challenge your patriarchs and your secular movement when they enable the. What does that mean?
Go. I don't
So
even
lose your
go fuck
job.
yourself.
If.
Refuse to speak on an all-male panel. What if it's about men's health issues?
Yeah.
I can't explain feminism
Yeah.
to you. You can't explain men's issues to me. Now
Challenge-
we're drawing lines that don't need to be drawn.
Where's the next one? If you see a friend or colleague being inappropriate to women, call him out. You will survive the awkwardness, I promise. Well, what if I lose my friend? No, that's not really. I'm not serious.
Raising a feminist daughter means she's going to disagree with you and probably be right. Feel proud, not threatened. Okay, so now you're assuming I'm not a feminist.
Don't walk too close to women late at night. That shit is scary. I get that, but like, what if you're like I remember in college I was walking back from a class one time and this girl kept like staring back at me and I just was like, what's going on? And I was like, I'm not following you. I promise I'm not following you. And like I was just like,
I get that
weird.
one because I've got the look.
I mean, but like it's like
I'm a big dude
I'm
with a beard.
I'm allowed to
like,
walk though. I get
Yeah.
it. Like yeah, I understand why you always got to have your head on a swivel, but it's
I get
like
that. But like if you're walking slow, I'm a fast walker. Sorry.
then walk fast. Maybe just walk faster.
Now, like if you keep looking back at me, I will honestly say, not following you. If
Well,
you
that's
like,
what I was like.
if
I can
you'd
tell this girl's,
I can
like, worried.
pass you and walk in front of you. I get it. I'm a scary looking dude. Shit happens. I get that one. I really do. That one I'm not pissed about. I hate a lot of these though. Let's see.
If you are a queer man, recognize that your sexuality doesn't exclude you from potential misogyny.
Wow, they're hating on the gays now. Women are terrible people.
Not very exclusive.
Dads,
inclusive.
buy your daughter tampons, make her hot water bottles, wash her bras. Show her that her body isn't something to be ashamed of. And then the next one, but dads, do not try to iron her bras. This is a mistake you will only make once.
Champion sex-positive women, but don't expect them to have sex with you, but also pay for porn. So basically, you're telling us to treat women like prostitutes. Spin zone. Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
Don't assume that all women are attracted to men. Don't assume that all men are attracted to women. Boom, I just flipped it on you.
Trust a woman to know her own body. If she says she won't enjoy part of your sexual repertoire, do not try to convince her otherwise. First part of that, trust a woman to know her own body. Who just told me about how to treat my body?
Right.
Just saying. Pot, kettle, meet each other.
It is not cute to try to persuade a woman to have sex with you. Ever. At all. Go home. I get this, but also I've heard a lot of women tell me they like to be pursued. So, like, fuck. Now, that's not me. I'm a very lazy person when pursuing women. If you don't show outward interest, I'm not going to chase you. I'm lazy. So, don't worry about that one for me, ladies.
Understand that not all women have periods or vaginas. That's number 94.
Accidentally impregnated a woman who doesn't want a kid? Abortions cost money. Pay for half of it. But if I want the kid... and you don't.
No, I think it's fair.
I know. I say it's fair, but if you
pay for morning after too. You pay for.
No,
I mean, I'm
100% with
I'm
that.
a fan of always.
But
paying
if
for
I
morning
want
after.
the child and you don't, why?
But it's
would
not
I
your
help
body,
you
though,
not
so
have
you're
it?
not
No,
birthing
it's
the
not
child.
your body, but you also have to be held responsible for your own actions.
Nah, I don't. I disagree with that. I disagree with that part.
I hate that. I just don't like the. No, I totally would. I totally would still pay half. Don't get mad at some dude that doesn't, because for religious reasons he thinks they should keep the child, and you don't want to.
But it's not his. Like no,
It's not his say.
I
But
don't
if
agree
it's a
with you
dude
on
that if it's a dude that truly believes that abortion is murder, you can't force him to pay for half.
Just
of
because
what
he
think
thinks
is morally wrong.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But he doesn't. Just don't make it like that. That yeah, I understand what you're saying on that part. Then I guess.
No, like I said, you should. You should totally pay for half.
He shouldn't be able to stop you from doing it. But
No,
yeah,
he can't stop you from doing it.
You might have to pay it all on that
but
one.
But you can't force him to
New
do
rule,
something that he
ladies.
doesn't believe
Just
in.
Another way to respect yourselves is maybe find their religion and their thoughts on abortion. Before you ever have sex with a man, ask him his thought on abortion, and then you're always safe.
Understand that not all women have periods or vaginas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, trans women are women, guys.
Lobby your elected officials to implement high quality sex education in schools. This is a hashtag Me3 kind of thing right there.
I mean,
like, I'm all for you doing that. I got a lot of stuff I'm doing.
I'm actually 100% with that, because abstinence does not fucking work. There should be good education of all types in school. I'm actually with that.
What about 96? Read 96.
I said abstinence works.
Robert, do you have it up? Do you have the list up?
96?
Robert, yeah, pull up 96. I want Robert. We're almost done with this, guys. I'm sorry. I feel like this is dragged, but it's pretty. I just want Robert to read this to you guys.
It says, if a woman accidentally bleeds on you, try your absolute best to keep your S together.
Damn, we almost got him.
That's exactly what I did.
But I also feel like,
I don't want to hear him say all of that.
That one's written for dudes under the age of like 22.
But like, what if the blood is from like a stab wound?
No, see, then you should be leaving.
Nicole
your shit.
Brown Simpson. Maybe that's what they were doing there. You know, he's just trying to keep his shit together. That's why OJ fled.
99. Do not ever assume you know what it's like.
I don't, because you know what happens when you
broad.
assume. You make an ass of you and me.
But that's super broad, so that you
Whoa,
can't
whoa!
say
We
that.
don't use that word. We don't use that word.
Oh, I wasn't even using it in the way I want to use it.
Uplift young Black and Indigenous girls at every possible opportunity. No excuses.
What if they're less qualified? What if they're really bad at what they're doing?
There's a point.
Hey, you know what? You should still be a doctor. I know you just murdered 6 people because you couldn't perform the surgery right. Some people just can't be doctors. Some dudes can't either. No, I'm talking about in medical school. Like, I'm not saying women shouldn't be doctors, but like maybe you should work in the morgue like Doug did in Scrubs if you're really bad at keeping patients alive.
All right, our final one is mainly just listen to women. listen to us and hey, bitch, we just listened. I mean, whoa, excuse me.
He just did it.
I'm just getting frustrated reading some of this. Like we did listen. We just read we got to 100. Listen to us and believe us. It's the only place to start if you actually want all women to have a happy International Women's Day.
That's listen and believe
When
us.
is that? Is that
but
like
people
recent?
fucking lie. Lying is not a male thing. Listen and believe us. Yeah, but you're not going to be right all the time. Like sometimes I might have to explain
March
something
8th.
to you that I might know better. What?
March 8th is when International Women's Day was.
Was that when this was written?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know why it just popped up on one of the things I was at. So never mind. Oh, we're just reading old news.
Yeah. But I'm assuming not a lot of people saw it.
Maybe, but yeah. So that's how we can better respect the ladies.
By the way, March 9th was International Now Iron My Shirt Day.
I didn't. Did you guys notice?
I just undid all the progress we made.
Did you notice though? Like, because I don't know if y'all like looked at it as closely as I did, but I didn't once see on there like listen to Pass the Gravy podcast because they ended the wage gap.
No, because they
Like
don't care.
praise Pass the Gravy. Like they just don't. All right.
We should tweet at them.
Tweet at them months after this. What this has
Let's
been.
use the Twitter.
Everybody go to what's the we got a Twitter handle on that?
I'm sure it's just at Broadly. BROADLY.
Yeah, we might get some shit for that, but let's try it. You guys tweet what you think.
Worst case scenario, they share our tweet and call us sexist, and a whole bunch of people are going to start more listening.
Any
to
press
us.
is good press, is what they say, right?
It's true. Especially because once people actually listen, they'll realize they're being absurd.
They don't mean what they're saying.
Or anybody that protests us wasn't going to fucking listen anyway.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Like, I will predict.
It's like the people bitching about Roseanne. It's like, you didn't watch it, then why are you mad about it? Like, you're allowed to have, like, we posted it on our Facebook the other day. It's like, I don't agree with this, and so I feel like no one else should have the right to watch this, to enjoy this either.
Yep.
I can't control my emotions and just move on with my life, so I have to prevent anyone else from ever enjoying this other thing.
I was coddled as a child, and now I don't understand what being an adult is.
Pretty much. All right, that was ways
stories.
we can make women's lives easier. Now let me tell you guys about MeUndies. If you want to make your woman's life easy, just saying, I got my woman, got her subscription to MeUndies, and you get to pick the underwear you get. You know, fellas, you want a little skimpy something, you know, maybe something else you can wear out. Who knows? You can get you can go all the way. And I mean, I actually let her pick which one she wanted, but
because you listened to her.
Because I listened. But you could, you know, you wanna spice things up in the bedroom. Let's go with those G-strings. Go with those MeUndies G-strings. You heard me talk about MeUndies, and you guys know that I'm a big believer in their product. They're the perfect balance of comfortable fit, and every month they've got a new and exciting print that they're going to arrive in your door in a fun little bag. MeUndies uses Lensing Micro Modal in their underwear that's a sustainably sourced, naturally soft fiber that starts with beechwood trees and ends with the most amazing fabrics you've ever experienced. The results have been downright dreamy. MeUndies' adventurous prints and designs are all limited edition, and new patterns are released every few weeks on a rolling basis. Their 100% satisfaction guarantee means that MeUndies guarantees you're going to love your first pair of underwear, you're going to get your money back, and still keep the undies. For 20% off a pair of the most comfortable underwear that you're ever going to put on, and for free shipping, go to MeUndies.com/podcast. That's MeUndies.com/podcast. One more time, it's MeUndies.com/podcast. Now, let's get in to our comeback kids.
You should come.
Come.
It's the comeback kid. The comeback kid of the week. The comeback kid of the week.
Don't say bitch.
I shouldn't have said that.
Nope.
Ladlettes. We gotta change that. We'll cut that out. Anyways, let's get with our first comeback kid of the week, and it's got to be relegation. Relegation. So it's relegation season. I don't know if you knew. You know that our boys weren't getting relegated.
Nope. Too good.
The Hammers not relegated at all.
Come on, you Irons.
COYI. #COYI. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. We're not relegated, but did you see in Germany the people that were like, I think it was Hamburg got relegated, and they had never been relegated before, and then fans were like throwing fire on the field.
I'm sure it was just a peaceful protest.
Down the stadium was burning down from within.
Yeah, it was a
while
peaceful
people
protest.
were still in them. But it was it was interesting. And they're relegated. But in the Champions League. Not the Champions League, the EPL, the Premier League that we are in. We finished 13th on the table out of 20. You know, we're not the bottom, not the very bottom.
Hey, we're close to 50.
Bottom half, but not the whole bottom.
Yeah.
But West Brom and Stoke City and Swansea City. Sorry, guys. It's not looking good for you guys.
You are the weakest link.
I don't know what West Brom is, but Stoke City was the Potters and Swansea was the Swans. So no more Swans or Potters.
Way to be creative there, guys.
Is this a problem for England without the Potters in the Premier League?
No, because I think this is the one thing that Europe does well. You don't make the cut, you're out. We'll bring in somebody else.
I do love that.
It's the one thing that Europe does well.
Like, and it only works in soccer because it's the only one with that's a sport that everybody's got a team for, you know. But
and because it's like their only sport, so you can field fucking teams forever. Like,
what if
there's
you just
rugby over there.
All right, we got 32 teams in the NFL. I'm trying to think how many teams you'd have to cut out to make it even. But find out that number and then like let's just pretend it was 3 to make the schedule work where everybody could play the same amount of games and still have a bye and everything, and then just bottom 4 teams get kicked out. You don't get to play football for a year.
Ooh, for a year.
You just you get a draft pick and everything,
work because then you're forcing people to not be able to work.
You got to go to the Canadian League.
Oh, we could call up a Canadian.
You have to play Canada. So Canada always has 4 extra teams, but it's always the 4 bottom teams the previous year in the NFL. But then 4 come in or come out, so it's you either get relegated or you don't. And then maybe even the Blue Bombers get in there every now.
But see, I mean that doesn't really work though, because in Europe.
I'm just saying, the Browns are 0-16. How awesome would it be to be nope, y'all don't get to play in our league next year.
In Europe, though, or the EPL has how many? 20 teams?
20.
Okay, so then how many do they have in the next level that might be able to be brought up?
24.
20. So they legitimately field 44.
They have 3 leagues.
Professional.
Because you can get relegated from that one too.
But or however many.
There's 70 teams.
Professional teams in a country the size of Texas.
That's what soccer is.
But that's what I'm saying. Because that's all they have. You can do that. We don't have that many.
Right.
So it wouldn't work there. This is like you said.
I know.
Only works over there.
In theory, I'm just trying to think of a crazy theory.
When it's the only sport you have, you can do it. Now none of those teams are ever going to stay up for very long. They might make a 10-year run and then they're going to go back to being shit. If a 10-year run.
I don't think West Ham's been relegated since 06,
yeah.
So we're looking all right now.
But I mean, anyone who gets relegated probably going to be back within the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, Manchester City never gets relegated.
No, Man U will never. Chelsea will never. But
Tottenham Hotspurs.
The Tottenham Hotspurs.
Fuck the Hotspurs.
But it works for them because that's the only sport they fucking play. Some people play rugby and golf. But it's really your only sport, so you have a never-ending supply of players and teams. And
yeah, that's true. It's pretty crazy though, because then everybody just gets bought out if you go down the league, and everybody's like, "Well, let's buy all those guys."
Yeah.
And I think West Ham sold 3 guys to Swansea, so fuck them.
Really, the only way it would work is if you're okay, now the Astros get relegated. Okay, we'll bring up the Round Rock Express.
That would be funny though. Your AAA team has to then become the team, and you just have to you move over those guys, but they just have to play at
a shitty small stadium.
The Astros would just have to play in fucking Fresno, California. They'd just be the Fresno Astros. The Mets. Are they still good? No, they're not. They kind of sucked again. It's hard.
The Mets?
The Mets are decent.
Well, they
started off hot, but then they kind of sucked.
Everyone knew they would kind of come back to the median,
Mets.
But then they've also just hit a shit ton of injuries.
How about the Braves? Braves are hot right now.
Braves are hot. They've got 2 of the best young hitters in the league.
Yeah, they're good. They're looking good. Relegation is back. I just wanted to kind of brag that we, once again, not to brag, got...
we weren't kicked out of the league.
We got West Ham from relegation. We kept them up, so you're welcome. You're welcome.
Hey, another year of blowing bubbles.
Ladies, don't worry. We kept them up for you this time. There we are. Give them that. Hey, yo. All right, our next comeback.
Wait.
There we go. Our next comeback kid is gambling. Ooh.
Yeah.
So gambling is basically the Supreme Court overruled a previous law and is going to pretty much allow it to be up to the states to decide whether or not they want to legalize sports betting. Which is dope.
Yeah.
I bet on Bovada anyway, so it doesn't matter. But now it could be like you could just go down to the place, and which would be dope. Is I hope Louisiana gets it because I think Texas is gonna be one of the last ones to
Louisiana
get it done.
will, and so will Oklahoma.
Well, they already have casinos.
Yeah, that's why.
So, but like, how dope would that be? Because then we can just go for like a Saturday and a Sunday and like sit in a sports book and just fucking watch football. I've always wanted to sit in a sports book and just watch football and gamble on those games, and just that's how I want to take it in. I've always wanted to go to Vegas to do that. I've never gotten a chance to, and I feel like Louisiana is my best bet now.
Yeah. Well, what kills me too is the Louisiana and Oklahoma will combine to stop Texas from getting it for a while because they'll use lobbyists to convince Texas lawmakers you
so
don't
we have
need
to
this.
go over there.
But which is bullshit because we have so much more money and could rake in so much fucking money from doing this that it's like, why the fuck would you take their money when you'll make so much more by just allowing it? Mm-hmm. Like, okay, yeah, we'll hurt their economies. Fuck them.
Well, they're not us.
Fuck Oklahoma.
I look out for me. Looking out for number one,
you're
boys.
You're so USA. So good. I got your back, but it's not my responsibility to take care of you.
I agree with you.
It's not my fault that your state sucks so bad that the only thing you ever had going was gambling, and because you got that for 60 fucking years, you decided, let's never develop anything else.
Yeah,
so when it does
true.
come around to other states, you're like, fuck.
Damn it, we
If
didn't,
this
we didn't
happens,
plan on this.
literally our entire state will collapse. And guess what? We're not annexing you. We don't fucking want you. Kansas can have you, Oklahoma. We don't fucking like you. Louisiana, I take you. I like your food.
They're cool.
Oklahoma
the food's good.
contributes zero. Nothing.
They hate Indians.
I don't.
Well, actually, no, they love Indians up there, don't they?
No,
Because I would say that Indians...
we forced them there. They
forced
are
them
Indians.
there.
They have, They have gambling.
I guess they didn't get kicked out of. They get kicked out to Oklahoma.
They have casinos. That's
So that would be a benefit.
it.
They do love Indians. Are they Cleveland fans, you think? Baseball-wise?
I hope so.
Maybe.
Probably more like the Kansas City Royals, though, because of geographically they're closer.
Did not know that.
You don't,
I mean, I did know that.
I was supposed to say you don't know the
Yeah.
difference between Oklahoma, Cleveland, and
I know.
Kansas City.
I didn't put it together. They would be Kansas City fans.
Your
but-
mom's a teacher.
Yeah, I know. I didn't learn a lot.
Yeah.
Also, another comeback kid. I will definitely be partaking in the gambling if it is legalized, and there's going to be a lot of sad meetings with bookies over the next coming years where it's just, damn it. It's been
Emma,
real, man.
I know I said we were going to get married this year, Emma, but these bets are just not happening.
But
for
I
me.
can bet anytime now. I can go anywhere. So gambling is a comeback kid. Another comeback kid, barbecuing and Oakland. These are back to back. And phones, I guess.
And
you can talk
racism.
about phones. Racism, back.
There's a lot
bigger
of
than ever.
comeback
Now,
kids in this story.
I don't know if you've seen this. Robert, have you seen the meme that I'm talking about with the phone lady? Did you watch this video? I said there's a lady in Oakland, California. She saw two fellas that happened to be African American grilling and lost her shit because apparently according to her, it was a charcoal grill, and you're not allowed to have charcoal grill. So she sat outside of their barbecue, like stood outside, like right away from them, and on her phone for 2 hours, consistently calling the police, who still didn't show up for those 2 hours because it's a fucking charcoal grill and nobody gives a shit. That's not a real crime. Yeah. Like, it's a crime, but it's like, we're not going to enforce that shit.
She was like, it causes undue
We're in
problems
Oakland, California. We're worrying about murders.
For the county, because then we have to pick up the actual charcoal because it's not wood and it's a health hazard.
It could cost
for
the city
children.
millions of dollars.
No, man, you just saw black people having fun and thought that was
That's exactly what it was to me. And I'm not one that normally just screams racism after everything, but this is 100% what that was. And so then one of the guys that was there, his wife, who happened to be a white lady, was like, I'm just going to use my privilege to expose what you're doing.
That was the best was in the background, the dudes through the whole thing.
Fucking laughing.
Just kept barbecuing and laughing and drinking.
Just making fun of her. Yeah, it was pretty funny. They were just like, man, we were just chilling here. We weren't doing anything. We weren't bothering anybody. We were just minding our own business. And this lady comes up, and apparently she was like really like belligerent and acted like she was in charge and like she owned the lake and shit. And then when like they started recording, she was totally different. But then what's crazy is she's like not on 911, but she's on like with the local police line. And she's like, I've called and the police haven't showed up. And then this lady gets in her face with her camera and shit and is like talking like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? And then she starts going, they're following me. They're following me and I feel really unsafe. And I just they're threatening me.
Walk away.
they're threatening me. And she did. And so then this lady starts following her, and she's like, I'm allowed to follow you and record you. Like, I'm allowed to do that. You just stood out in front of our fucking barbecue for this whole time. Like, I'm allowed to follow you. And she's like, I'm going to go into a convenience store because none of you. And she kept like freaking out at the cops. How do you guys not know this city? It's like, no, it's not a big issue, man. It's not a big deal. Like, you're being kind of a cunt right now by calling over this. Like, we have more important shit to do than like fucking jurisdict a fucking barbecue.
This is Oaktown.
Let's fucking chill.
We got some shit going on.
Let's fucking chill. We've got gangs we're dealing with right now. I don't fucking want to fucking break up a barbecue. Fuck you.
What would you have done, Robert? Some bitch tried to break up your barbecue for charcoal.
I would have just ignored her.
That's kind of what they did,
Yeah.
though, which was brilliant because then she just got all fed up. But like, she's standing with her phone to her ear for the entire video, pretty much. And like, then at one point, like, she moves and you can see like her screen pops up. You know, like when you do that, it'll pop up like that, and you can see the menu options and shit on it. Like, she's not on the phone with anybody. So it's like you're just trying to scare them, and then she dials again, and she is on the phone. But then, like, when she gets connected to someone and starts pretending that she's crying, and they're just chasing me and threatening me and harassing me, and it's like, bitch, you've been fucking harassing them all goddamn day. Fuck you.
That's the best part about it.
And then the cop comes and she fucking starts crying. She starts just fucking crying. And nobody was charged with anything. But then, like, the meme was my fucking favorite thing because it was like any historical black thing ever. They threw this lady in, like, yeah, there's black people having fun. And like Martin Luther King's rally, she's like in the background and somebody photoshopped her in. Rosa Parks on the bus, and then she's like in the back seat sitting right there like, yes, I just want to let you know, officer. It's fucking, like, the memes are fucking great, but just, I'm not a big, like, screaming racism guy, but, like, that's fucking 100% a textbook example of racism, and that just, don't be a fucking cunt. Like, why? Who has 2 hours to just kill on a Sunday being like, I hate these people, and I'm going to make sure they can't barbecue?
I'll tell you who. Broads. I do love, though, that she was doing this forever, and the black dudes are just chilling.
They didn't give a shit.
They didn't give a shit, and they're like, whatever, let the cops show up.
She
we'll give the
kept
cops
threatening
some barbecue.
that she was going to do that, and then he was like,
But
I mean, call him.
But I just love that the only person that finally decided, this is not right, is another white bitch.
No, which is actually really smart on her part because given what's been going on, like, if an African American guy were to go after that, and it could have been spun around depending on what video was shot and whatever was
No, but
done.
that's why they didn't move, because they know
No,
they're like,
they were smart.
Anything.
They were very smart,
We're
and it was
gonna
just,
stand here
which
and
sucks,
barbecue.
and that is white privilege, 100%,
But then,
100%.
is it-
That you can't confront somebody because then you are assumed
Is
to
it
be
not
the
white
person
privilege,
that
though,
is.
that then
that
the
is-
white bitch was like sitting there going, you know what, this isn't right, I'm going to do something.
No, but
And
that's
they're
what she
sitting
said.
there
She
like,
said she's
"Well,
going to
we don't
use
give
her
a shit."
white privilege to expose hers,
Which is fucking hilarious, because like, fuck you, just
like,
stand.
and the girl in the
stand
video,
there.
I'm not saying that the girl in the video was just as annoying almost, but
Yeah.
like not as annoying because she wasn't fucking around and just trying to ruin somebody's day. But like, I mean, she was trying to ruin that bitch's day, but that lady, that first lady kind of deserved it. But I'll put the
Hashtag
video.
ruin a racist day.
I'll put the video on the Stuff from a Show page and go take it out and let me go check it out. And if you haven't, if you've already seen
Take it out?
take it out.
Whoa.
Let me see it, and I'll give you feedback. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Do not do that. That is the last thing. we do.
Hashtag send Alex dick pics.
Nope, don't do that. They will all be deleted, and I will not be your friend anymore. Comeback Kid.
You're still my friend.
Yeah, that's true. That's just that was one time. Comeback Kid. Also, Anne Frank is back this week, boys. How
Woo!
about that? And dirty jokes as well. Anne Frank's telling little dirty jokes in her old diary. I didn't know that we had, like, apparently we didn't get released the whole diary. I
No.
thought the Diary of Anne Frank, to me, when it's the Diary of Anne Frank, that means it's the diary.
Well, from what I heard, one of the pages she had like laid
She
some
would
like
write,
brown
like-
thing over it.
Well, so she didn't
and,
have-
like, sealed it to the page to hide what she was actually writing behind it.
Well, she had also had, like, in the margins and stuff, like, because I guess they only had so much paper. You know, you're fucking trying to make
stuck
sure
in
the
an
Nazis
attic.
don't find you. You're being quiet all day. I get it. And she apparently was, like, writing, like, in, like, any open space kind of. So they were just notes, and it was, like, they think it was stuff that her dad said. And, like, the other guys in there were, like stuff she would overhear. But, like, some of them were, like, dirty jokes. And it was pretty funny. I'm trying to find one. A man had a very ugly wife, and he didn't want to have relations with her. And he's, like, talking about, like, this guy's wife was ugly, and then he found her cheating, and he got all pissed, and then he brought a chick around. And it's, like, sex education stuff she's learned. And they're making fun of Germans and saying, like, all the German whores came over to be the German soldiers' beds. and just like it's pretty funny. It's pretty good. Yeah, so I don't know. Just I don't know. Anne Frank never pops up in the news these days. You know, I saw Anne Frank. I was like, fuck. Let's give her a shout out. What's going on, Anne?
Yeah, you see the new revelations for Anne Frank's diary. Oh, check this out. Sex jokes. What the fuck?
Right? Like I don't know how old she was. I don't know how old she was.
She was like 14.
Like, she wasn't old. Like
she was
of
like
age.
13, 14 years old.
Let's see how old she was. Dude, let's go to the Anne Frank house. Do you want to do that? Just go to like Amsterdam?
No.
Quick weekend tour?
No. If I'm leaving the country, I'm going to fucking Ireland.
She was 15 when she died. Man, that sucks. No, not like. I mean, it just sucks she died.
It just sounded funny to me. Oh, she died at 15. That's tough.
No, just like being like dying before like you're old enough to do all that stuff, and like being in an attic for that long, like that was not a fun life she had to live, and I hate that for her.
It's the best way I've ever heard it broken down. Anne Frank. Dude, she did not have a fun life.
Anne Frank, that kind of sucked. Sorry, girl.
Hey, me three. Hey, Anne, I know that sounds like it sucks
Anne,
for you, and I support you, but I'm not coming to help.
Anne Frank's life, not ideal. I wasn't alive then, so it wasn't like I had the option either.
Not cool having Anne Frank's life.
Not cool. Anne Frank having to live in an attic her whole life because the Nazis might get her.
I mean, it wasn't her whole life, but...
Well, a lot of her life.
Some of it.
Some of her life. All right, we'll go some of her life. We'll walk it back. Not cool. Nazis. That's why we're an anti-Nazi podcast, and that's why we brought Anne Frank. That's why we brought back Anne Frank. We've never had Anne Frank back, but okay.
Do you feel like that's what the older brother from Growing Pains felt like when he moved up to the attic?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, because he was around.
He could be loud. He could make noises.
He was still allowed to hang out with Boner.
Nobody would ship him off to a fucking concentration camp. I'd say he had he was living the life of luxury compared to that.
Remember that his best friend's name was Boner?
Boner.
Imagine having a Disney Channel show nowadays. Like, well, yeah, one of the characters' name is Boner.
That's fun.
The Wizards of Waverly Place, now starring Boner.
All right. What else do we have back? Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right. Well, then let's move along here. And before we do that, I'll tell you guys about PassTheGravyMerch.com.
Merch.
It's my favorite place to go online when I'm shopping for clothing. You can get your...
You mean your favorite place where you have to pay money, right?
Where I have to pay money, where I get my clothing, but I pay money for that clothing. But it's not a lot of money because these are incredibly affordable prices they've got.
Especially if you're a lady.
If you're a lady, $1 off because, hey, fix that wage gap, and that even probably pays for the cost of Pat saying broad. So if you think about it, it's like we've really hedged our bets, and we've like made it okay almost. You can get the Pastros shirt. Baseball is in full swing. They have always won the World Series. We've had that shirt available. MVP finally. There's a guy with a beard that is going to win the MVP of the NBA and is still playing in the playoffs. So you want to probably support that team. You can get the logo sticker. You can get the members only t-shirt, which gives you full membership into our cult, which is pretty dope. You can get the logo shirts and the Pass the Gravy flag. That's dope. My favorite is the Dallas Kill JFK People Don't Forget shirt. Always got to remember.
People don't forget.
Dallas. Hey, that's a dick move.
Yeah.
Dick move, guys. But then there's countless college team-themed ones, and you can get the Pastronaut shirt, Team USA, Lucky AF, the Irish one. Pat wore that to our class reunion. That was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And so PassTheGravyMerch.com. Go there. Remember, ladies, $1 off for you because we fixed the wage gap because we're just those kind of guys. You know what I'm saying? So go check it out. And PassTheGravyMerch.com. That's what's up. And let us know what you got. If you got anything, and we want to like send us a picture of you wearing your shit, and we'll retweet that. We'll put it out there, and we'll share it with the world. PassTheGravyMerch.com. Now it is time for Not Cool. Ooh, I can go first on this. Hey, Layla, that's like, what are they up to? They're just hanging out? Oh, there we go.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
My not cool this week, guys, is not having any chairs in the really not having as much furniture in this studio as I did.
Yeah.
this time last week.
I thought it looked a little more
There's two
spacious.
chairs. So we only, you and I only have chairs. Robert wanted to sit down. God forbid. Robert cannot sit down. And we had a dog gate that I normally put up there so my dog can't get in. John fell on that and broke that. If you listen to the podcast, I'm just regurgitating what has already happened. But then that our little trunk is also broken as well. So almost every piece of furniture in this studio is broken.
Every piece of furniture that John touched.
There's a bookshelf. There's a end table.
Yep.
There's the table we're sitting at. That's 3, 5. He broke 1, 2, 3. He broke 4 things. So there's one more piece of furniture.
No, he broke 3 things. 2 chairs and the thing, and the tote,
and the gate.
Oh, the gate. Yeah.
So it's 4. There's 4. So he broke 4 things. We only have 5 pieces of furniture. He broke half of our furniture. You have been here. You broke 1 piece of furniture. Mm-hmm. John, but but John said that. I was like, John has also hosted hours of podcasts sitting in those very chairs. So it's not like he just gained a shit ton of weight all of a sudden, because he looked about the same. He looked more fit than he was. He was running. He's been running.
He's been chasing a kid around, man.
He's breaking shit. I don't know. I get it. We were all drunk. It's fine. We're cool. I'm not mad at him. But fuck, that's not cool when your friend breaks all of your shit.
All my shit's gone.
When he gets drunk and breaks half of your furniture in your studio. So
in his defense, though, he did immediately text the next morning, "What's your address so I can Amazon you new shit?"
Yeah, that's true. I want a hand chair, and I want the Game of Thrones thing. What is it called? The sword chair?
The throne.
The sword chair.
The Iron Throne.
The Iron Throne. That's it. Yep.
What if it was just made of actual irons?
Are you talking about like
West
players from West Ham? It's just a chair made out of their bones.
You're just sitting in somebody's lap.
Golf clubs.
Chicharito's just here. You just sit in his lap. It's just 9 irons.
It's the Iron Throne. It's just a dude with a boner.
Just a guy with an iron. Sitting in the throne. All right. Okay, so that was my not cool. What about you, bud?
Fucking traffic.
That's a good one.
It's a pretty universal
recurring one, yeah.
But I'm heading to work yesterday, and usually it takes me 20, 25, 30 minutes max to get there. Even, that's when traffic is bad. I pass Highway 6. I'm heading in. There's a, one of the roadside electronic signs going, hey, at Blaylock, which is literally the exit I'm taking, accident, left lane closed. I was like, oh, that sucks. And then I start to hit traffic at Highway 6, but a lot of time you hit it right after there anyway. Mm-hmm. It fucking came to a crawl. It took me, in my normal, 20-minute commute, 1 hour and 31 minutes to get to work.
Shit.
Yeah. I was late as fuck.
I bet you were fucking pissed.
Oh, I was not happy. And, but luckily, I'm the manager, so what are they going to do? Tell me not to come in?
I manage things around here. Yeah. They were probably not managing. That's what they were doing.
No, I mean, the other manager just had to stay longer. But, it's the boss's son. He can chill.
Figure it out.
He's a good guy. That sucked. So traffic fucking blows. Oh, no, sorry. And then what happened is after I passed Beltway 8, there's another electronic sign that goes, accident at Blaylock. All lanes shut down. I was like, how did it go from one lane? Did people just keep hitting the accident?
They just hit each other, and then you hit that guy.
So, I exited one exit early, which probably saved me 20 minutes, because it got to the point where it was literally, they're only, you could only go to the far left and go into the breakdown lane and get around it, or the breakdown lane where the exit is. 5 fucking lanes across are shut down for an accident. I was like, how is that even possible unless people are just slamming into the accident over and over?
It's got to be what it was.
I don't know. GTA style.
Yeah.
I've
never gotten a ticket on GTA, which is fast. It's incredible, actually.
It's funny how the cops won't ticket you, but they'll shoot you in the fucking mouth.
You hit a cop car, and instead of just getting out and ticketing you, he shoots at you.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I'm a white guy on the game, too, so I don't understand.
I don't get it. But, that was not cool. And then the other one, I came up with one on the way here.
Nice. Let's hear it.
I'm driving, all of a sudden my phone just rings for literally half a second, and then it fucking goes to voicemail. Or no, it doesn't even go to voicemail. It's like an 888 blah, 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 blah number. I'm like, all right, whatever. I put my phone down and it fucking immediately rings again. Same thing, half a second. 5 minutes later, as I'm pulling into the fucking parking garage, fucking voicemail, and I look at, hi, we're here to help you with your federal student loans.
fuck you.
Literally, I don't know how I'm on this list. I've never had a student loan in my life.
It's a scam.
I'm like, how the fuck?
Because some people get tricked by that shit.
Do they just buy lists of people that went to colleges and assume everybody?
Well, like, companies sell, like, every time you go to a store and it's like, can I get your phone number? And you're just like, yeah, whatever. And you tell them your phone number. And then there's, like, companies that buy those phone numbers. I get that. And then they sell them to other companies. How did I get on a student loan list? Just because you got sent to some company that then sold it to somebody that was, like, one of those scamming sites.
Like, are there 98-year-old grandmothers getting calls about their fucking student loans?
I'm telling you, my mom before called me because they told her that her Microsoft computer had a virus in it. And she called me, like, saying that there was my Microsoft computer they said had a virus, and I own only Macs because I'm an alpha, and alphas own Macs. And they called me, and I was like, "Oh, no way! It's my Microsoft. Oh wow, this is probably really bad then.
Really,
like,
Jim?
Good thing you called me. Good thing you called me." And like I just like kind of like fucked with him for a while, and then just like hung up and said, "Go fuck yourself." Like I don't know. My whole goal in that situation is like if I have the time, I'm gonna waste your time, but like those people are dicks, and I don't fucking understand it. And then they try and just like act like, oh well, no, I can't believe like you're an idiot for doing that. It's like just hang up. That's why like when Comcast calls me and tries to tell me to return my unused equipment, I'm like, go fuck yourself, Comcast. Yeah. You're charging me for bullshit that I have to call about every single week, or every single month. So I'm just gonna keep the shit that I don't think I even have anything. I think it's just another one of those calls. So fuck them.
Yeah, I don't know if we covered this on Fridays, but we had to call Comcast because they tried to charge us for the stuff that they replaced because our other stuff wasn't working. That was not cool, I think. And it's still not working again now. Like, we called them and they're taking off the charges, but that shit isn't working now. So now we're going to have to fucking have them come. Like, we got to have a technician come out now and be like, dude, why is our shit not working? What the fuck is going on? Then they'll probably try and charge us for that. Big no. We're not paying you for shit that you have to do to fix what's supposed to be working.
My parents got me, like, they were having some issues with their Comcast, and I was at their house, and it was a while ago, and they were like, why don't you call and just see if you can get it done? I said, all right, let me light some fires under some asses. And they're like, well, Mr. Middleton, how is your, like, I just pretended I was my dad, and they were like, okay, well, how this is like? Oh, I understand your cable's not working, but how is this working? It's like, I don't give a shit if my internet's working. I'm calling you because my fucking cable that I'm paying for is not working. I don't give a fuck. Well, you know, this on the internet is also available, so you could go use this way. I don't fucking care, man. Why don't you just fucking tell me how my cable can work so I can watch the thing that I'm paying for? And then they were like, oh, well, how is your home security system? And I was like, they don't have a home security system. Like, dude, those cameras don't record shit, man. Yeah. Those cameras fucking suck. I have not seen 1 second of footage of those bullshit cameras. They came in fucking like, we're going to install shit and like gave them like a free month of bullshit just because it was like, oh,
fuck it.
We didn't install the cameras, oh fuck. It's like, no, they don't have security cameras, you dumbass.
I feel like
you just got to take advantage when you can.
I feel like every week Comcast should just be a standing not cool for
us.
It
usually is.
But I mean, like how,
I try not to jinx it
Chris
by poking the bear.
Or like Chris would not have one and just be like, Jews. Like, I feel like it's Comcast. They didn't do anything this week, but I'm sure they fucked one of our listeners somehow.
Probably so.
So every week from now on, I'm just going to throw Comcast on there.
But Raimundo, he's a Comcast technician and a manager now, I believe, over there. And he's the best in the biz. He should be the CEO of Comcast. It was up to me. He's a listener, first off, so he makes great decisions. He's also come and helped me fix my cable at my old apartment when Comcast was like, there's nothing wrong with your apartment. And he was like, yes, some dumbass came and was doing maintenance and left the fucking cable boxes open outside, and it rained, and then all the fucking wires got fucked, and they didn't even have like anything showing that you guys were without cable, so you would have been without cable for like a week. And I was like, well, fucking Mundo showing up, helping out. He's a fucking G, so shout out to Mundo.
I don't know if he's with somebody or engaged or already married. But
he's married.
I was going to say, that dude's going to be a great husband.
She's very lucky.
Because if he works for Comcast, that means he knows how to just take shit and deal with it.
He does.
This guy knows how to be yelled at and just absorb the information and be like, I'm sorry, what can I do to help you?
Should be the CEO. The goddamn CEO he should be. All right, Bobby Jokes, what you got, bud?
So I've had one written down in case I don't have one for the week. It's a pretty lame one, but it's one that really bothers me. It's the fact that the abbreviation for page is not PG, it's P. Or PP.
He said PP.
I said that just for you, Pat. I really did.
Dude, I get that. I feel like it should be PG. I'm with you. Like, I get that it's just P, but, like, that could be paragraph. I don't know.
Yeah.
Page, PG, bam.
Could be pretzels.
It could be pretzels.
I'm a guy who likes pretzels.
Could
I
be
think I go pretzels
Pinaka.
come to my mind first.
Pringles.
Potatoes. Portugal, the man. Could be a lot of their music.
Putty. Putties.
There's
The
quite,
bad guys from
you know,
the
believe,
first season.
believe it or not, there's a lot of things in this world that
Oranges.
begin with the letter P, and there's too many to just give somebody that one.
Quick, Mount Rushmore things that start with P.
Let's go.
Just kidding. No, we're not going to do that.
Podcast. Pass the gravy.
Pass the gravy. Yep. 1 and 2.
Pat.
Number 1 pick right there. I don't know how it took you so long.
Something else related to us.
Penis.
Pastro shirt.
Pastros. The Pastros. Yeah. There we go. Done. That was easy. What? Was there shit flying around?
No, I was just looking for words in your apartment. that
Oh,
started
yeah.
with
Just
P.
things that start with P. Paul Pierce.
Pendejo. I saw a picture of Eli Manning.
Oh, you mean the 2-time Super Bowl champion, Eli Manning?
Robert found that funny.
Future Hall of Famer, Eli Manning?
If they were called Portugal the girl, would you try to associate them with them? Because it'd be PTG.
Obviously, we
Oh,
would
we'd
have
sue.
to.
We'd sue.
Well, they've been a band longer than we've been a podcast.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. I listened to them in high school, and I did not have a podcast in high school.
Well, okay then. I heard about them 2 years ago.
That was a pretty good not cool. Dude,
Yeah.
I got a bullshit one. Like, my phone's been like, I've been on the phone before, like a bunch this week, and it's just like the call will cut out and it says call failed.
I have to do my house is a dead spot, so I deal with that all the time.
Well, it's obnoxious.
Yeah.
And so that's my not cool.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
it sucks.
Let's move along then to our final segment. Ooh, it's answers. It's answers time, guys. And now let me just remind you. I'll remind me to remind them again at the end of this part of the podcast that there is a bonus answers segment, a drunken Uber bonus segment that Curtis and I did. The Godfather and I were in an Uber with
The Podfather.
with a couple of girls. I believe it was Brittany and Vicky were their names.
Brittany and Vicky.
Also went to high school with us. So we were in an Uber with them, and we all did the thing. And I listened
Very
back to it.
beautiful ladies.
Didn't introduce anybody. Even our Uber driver, whose name I believe was Jonathan, was in there, and he even.
But was
waited.
it really Jonathan?
I don't know. It might have been John.
But I'm saying, like, it
Long
wasn't
Jonathan.
It wasn't like
was his real name.
You're probably Ron Jeet, but you took the name Jim.
You never know.
I mean, was it? Never mind. Well, this is
Yeah, I don't know.
This is
So-
going to get vaguely racist if I continue.
Yeah,
this.
probably don't do that.
By accident, not
So,
by choice.
so the Uber driver even weighs in and all that shit. But we'll get to that next. But like I always say before I do this, I was always told as a kid in school, like, there's no such thing as a stupid question. And you're like, all right, cool. And
Just
then
stupid people.
You raise your hand.
I thought you were going to pause.
You raise your hand, and then I'm trying not to let you get, but yeah, get it. But then you raise your hand, and then you ask your question, and everybody's like, "What an idiot!" You're like, whoa, what was I just told? Have I been living a lie my whole life? Yeah, apparently you have, guys.
Yeah.
And I remember always being like, "Hey, when I am older, I will have something where whenever anybody asks a question, there really won't be anything such as a stupid question, and I'll answer it no matter what it is." And now I have a podcast, and it's called Answers. And that's what we do. You can send your answers questions into the podcast. Answers at passthegravypod at answers at passthegravypod.gmail.com. Excuse me. And it's answers at passthegravypod.com. That's what it is. I'm a fucking idiot. We used to have an old one. We used to have an old Gmail account, and it was I'm not going to tell you
You're
guys.
not
It was
even
passthegravypod
drunk.
at gmail.com.
You've had like 1.5 raspberry.
Well, I have my
St.
I have my
Ales that are 2%
Gmail
alcohol.
open too, and so I'm looking at that. It's answers at passthegravypod.com is where you send your answers questions. You can also tweet them to us at passthegravypod. I am at Alex J Middleton. Pat's at not Pat Dion, and Robert is at Robert Barbosa03. Hashtag answers. Mainly tweet those to Pass the Pod. If you want to tag all of us, that's cool. But hashtag answers to it, so we'll be able to sort through them. And we get to every single question at some point. And you can also, you know what, fucking use our Facebook too. Go fucking comment on shit and put answers segment. We need to go like our Facebook page if you don't like that already. We've got some dope memes, the dankest.
I have been enjoying the memes.
And go check out our Facebook page. Go like that if you haven't already, and let us. Hey, I like the Facebook page. And I'm like, hey, I'll shout you out next week. That's what we'll do. All right, answers time. Let's do that.
Well, if you just answer the question. Why just answer the question? Be honest. No big deal. Yeah, answer Answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
All right. Let's start off with our boy Sean Comets. Uh-oh, Daniel. Uh-oh, Tommy Chesson.
I didn't think John liked all the shit talking we've been doing. He's back.
He heard it. He heard it. Sean Comets raised in with our first question of the week and says, rattlesnakes. Just angry rope maracas.
You know, I feel like this is perfect because as you guys know, I've been.
Because they're always hissing.
Well, I've been going through The Office for the first time recently, and yesterday I watched the episode where Phyllis throws her back out and Dwight's giving her a massage, and somehow like they cut to the scene, and I guess they were already talking about sex. And he goes, "I don't know, I find the rattle from rattlesnakes soothing."
Well, he feeds her carrots like a horse because he used to work on
and
horses.
is rubbing like possum like excrement, but secreting.
Yeah, like semen and shit. Yeah. But yeah, rattlesnakes do seem like, I mean, like a snake is basically just like a rope animal in general, I would say.
It is.
They seem pissed off most of the time. Whenever, like anytime I've ever encountered a snake, not happy usually.
I'm not gonna lie, I just got the fucking chill.
My brother used to have a boa constrictor, and it seemed okay. But like a rattlesnake, I've never found like a happy rattlesnake. I'll tell you that much.
Nope. And if you find a happy rattlesnake, you probably didn't find it, because if you walk by it and don't hear the rattle, then you just walk by and don't hear it, which is even scarier.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I mean, a rattlesnake is basically got
It's
a maraca
definitely-
as his tail.
Definitely.
That's one.
An
Like,
angry
that's
rope maraca.
to the point. Just
Angry,
angry rope
evil
maracas.
cunt rope maraca.
Is it cultural appropriation if we call it a maraca and we are not Hispanic? Ooh, Robert, call it that.
Did you just say Hispanic?
Hispanic.
No, I think you guys are fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, if Robert said it's okay, we're
Well, I
good.
mean, I don't think it can be cultural appropriation if there are rattlesnakes down in Mexico, which I believe there are. So there you go.
Good. Valid point. Valid point right there. Okay. That was a good question, Sean. Welcome back, bud. Danny G at Danny_G951 on Twitter weighs in and says, if you're having sex with a possessed chick, is it possible to fuck the demon out of her? Asking for a friend.
100%. You just have to continue to yell the power of Christ.
I think Daniel Tom Chesson weighed in and said, you got to use that holy dick, which is not a bad idea. Don't necessarily know what that means.
Is that
like,
what
that Jesus' dick or the Pope's dick? Because the Pope has to be celibate.
Is that what the Ronnie James Dio song Holy Diver is about?
Oh.
Holy diving in that puss.
That might be. That that's a good point right there.
Yeah.
You're bringing up point after point after point.
It is. It most definitely is. You just have to yell the power of Christ compels you.
I would be scared though, man. Would you? How do I know that demon's not like what are like, if you're fucking the demon out of somebody? That's like an STD to me. Like if some chick's like, I got a demon in me. You gotta fuck these demons out. I'd be like, whoa. Like, did you get tested for these demons or what?
And I was gonna say, as long as you bang them from behind, they can't
a sexually
bite
transmitted
you.
demon, STD.
But I literally just said that.
Oh fuck! I was thinking about what I was gonna say next.
Doesn't even listen as I'm talking to him. But I almost said if you have sex with them from behind, they can't bite you. But the Exorcist, they can turn their head around.
They can do all
so
of it.
that you can still get bit. You gotta be careful.
They vomit on you too,
But
right?
it's possible. Yeah. But
I don't want that. Nobody wants to be fucking, and then they have their head turn around, and then they vomit, and then you got a demon in you. No, thank you.
Some people are into vomiting.
Not me.
No, I'm not one of them either. I'm very far from one of those people. But don't say nobody.
Okay, I won't say nobody.
It's 2018.
Most people, I would say, are not.
Don't hate on people. If you like
You're
it,
right.
and it
You're
feels
right.
good to you,
Two
go for
chains.
it. As
Two
long as
chains.
it's consensual.
I'm gonna start saying 2 chains instead of touche.
I like that.
Let's make that a movement. Just
But,
2 chains, 2 chains. I get it.
Danny G, yeah, it is most definitely possible.
It's a dangerous.
But you can't come with that weak dick though.
Danny, that's a dangerous game, my friend.
Oh, it is the most dangerous.
But
game.
you know what? Danny is Danny G. Dangerous game might be his actual name because I don't really know what his last name is.
That's true.
You know what? In fact, Danny, go to the DMV right now and just legally change your name on your driver's license to that.
Maybe we're pronouncing it wrong. It could be Danny G. For dangerous.
Just saying Danny Games. It's short for dangerous.
Danny Games. I like it. Yes. Good
My
question.
first name is Danger, but they call me Danny. I like that. Anyways, so yeah, that was a good question. Our next one comes from Daniel Blake, or Daniel Tom Chesson at _Daniel. Or God damn it.
That's his radio name, Daniel Blake.
Daniel, it might be. That would be what a lot of people would do. Daniel Tom Chesson at Daniel_Blake on Twitter says, if you could know the absolute and total truth to one question, what would it be?
Why did my dad leave me? No, I'm just kidding. My family's very happy. That's a good question. Damn.
I think I would just waste it on something silly.
I would too. Like, did OJ really do it?
Who killed JFK? That'd be a good one.
Who killed JFK, for real?
But you could also go with the classic,
Dallas.
why does no one love me? That's it. Because then you don't have to do any introspective thinking.
Right.
You already know
right.
the answer. You just saved yourself a lot of therapy
Okay,
money.
no, what are just some questions we always want to know? What are some, things, because just from that Evil Genius movie, I want to know if one of the people was actually involved in the thing. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to spoil it because I just told you guys to
You know
watch
what
it.
question I would want the answer to? If you know the absolute and total truth to one question, what would it be? That's the question I want the
I would
answer
want that
to.
one too.
I would want to know what I should know.
What should I want to know to know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or actually,
Who did
probably,
9/11? Did Bush do 9/11?
What's the next? Or you know what would be a good question to have? What is the longest shot bet that's going to hit?
I was just about to say, what what NFL futures bet for next year should I put my money on?
Who's going to win every game from the NFL this year?
Hot tub time machine.
Then you just put a 14 to 16 team parlay every single week, and you're now richer than fucking Bill Gates.
What is every single winner of the Kentucky Derby going to be for the rest of eternity?
No, because that's more than one question. You get one question, so all those things you get one answer. So one long shot bet. What's going to be the longest shot bet to play off this year? Then you take every scrap of money you have and pay that one bet off.
That's what I'd do.
Vegas Golden Knights, if they win it this year, at one point they were 20,000 to 1 before the year.
Which is pretty ridiculous. Somebody's going to make a lot of money.
So
because somebody had to take that bet.
Yeah.
Why would you not take that bet?
Last year.
It's I'd throw $5 on
Leicester
that.
City.
Leicester City.
If
That's
you could've
2 years
bet
ago.
on
2 years ago, Chelsea.
2 years ago?
Know your Premier League, bro. We're a soccer podcast.
Well, we didn't start till this year, so
we're still a soccer podcast. Learn your history.
I do need to
Learn the history of your culture, asshole. It's soccer culture. Excuse me.
No, everything I've learned my whole life is I'm white. I don't have a culture.
It's soccer now.
Yeah, dude, I would go with betting odds because
I'm probably be betting.
I'm very greedy and I don't want to work anymore.
I'm trying to think. Is there anything I would want?
What would make Emma happy? That's something.
I already know that. I already know that.
Do you?
Oh, I think I do. Okay. Yeah, betting. What would you do, Bobby Jokes?
Probably betting. Why not?
Yeah?
Yeah, I think something like that.
I'm the winner.
Nice.
I'm the winner.
Good guess.
Or I'd be like, how do I write a book? And the answer would be write words on a
With
page.
words.
Yeah, that's the kind of answer I would get.
Oh, like the riddles that the leprechaun solves in the movies. Oh, I want $1 million. Okay, but then he puts the pot inside your stomach and cuts it open and takes it for himself. Yeah, you gotta be careful the way you word the question.
True, very true. All right, our
Good
next
question, Daniel.
Yeah, well done, Daniel Tomchester, Sean Comitz, and Daniel Tomchester. Oh, everybody Danny, Daniel, and Sean all coming out strong right out the gate. Alex, you got a lot to live up to. I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to Alex Blake, who I don't think has written in before, and he says, "Chip Clipless, Kitchen Nightmare, or your local news correspondent." Chip Clipless, Eyewitness News.
I like that. I'm gonna go with news correspondent.
I want to say that too.
Because I don't use the clip anyway. I just roll that bag.
I don't just
roll
roll.
it inside.
That's living dangerously, dude.
But see, chips don't last super long around me anyway. So even if they sit for one day and it gets a little air, they're gonna be gone the next day.
I use a clothespin. Just fucking clothespin that shit.
Yeah, then I'd have to go buy clothespins.
I don't know why we have them, but we do.
Because
we don't pin clothes.
Women tend to have things that
that's-
you need in your life
that's
that
why.
guys just don't buy.
That's why. Bobby pins and clothespins.
'Cause she takes care of you.
All your pens, women have them.
That's why. Because you have another adult that loves you and wants to take
true.
care of you.
That's true. I like. Yeah. Chip
don't have
Clipless,
that.
Eyewitness News.
Yeah. What do you think, Bobby?
Yeah, news correspondents.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Dangerous Game, Eyewitness News. Danny Game.
Foggy storms with your weather report. I hate those. Those are the worst ones.
Harry Huffnagel.
Like
KSTY.
You know Hannah Storm from ESPN?
She was from H-Town.
Yeah, and that's not her name. She did weather.
Shama, Lama Ding Dong. CYBDY. News.
Wouldn't it have to start with a K then?
Sharon Sharonson. K7555. Is that a phone number?
Cunty McBride.
Tits McGee. That was a real one.
It wasn't a real one, though.
It was a real one on a movie.
It was.
I mean, a fake real one. On
This
a
is
movie.
Veronica Corningstone sitting in for Tits McGee. Hi, I'm Tits. I'm Ron Burgundy. God, it's been too long since I watched that movie.
Jeff Jefferson.
All right, now you're just repeating names.
CBYDB. Danny Danderson.
Aaron Aronson. We can do this all day. It's not
John
funny.
Jonathan. John Johnson.
Alex is the only
No?
one laughing.
No one thought it was
me
fun?
and Robert are just like, all right.
Oh yeah, you're the only one laughing. That's real funny. Real funny, guys.
Dick Dixon.
Dick Dickerson. It's Dick Dickerson. And everybody, all these people laughing at my jokes. Whole crowd, guys, tone it down. Don't make him too upset.
But I'm the size of a whole crowd, so it counts.
Okay, that was a pretty good one. Yeah, he was definitely your local news correspondent for sure. Alex, definitely writing some more questions like that. That was good.
Yeah, I like that.
Blair Carlisle writes back in. What's up, Blair? And Blair Carlisle says, worst time to get in a car accident. Worst time to get in a car accident, and gives us a few options. On the way to the airport, going to your wedding, or in a driver's ed class.
I'm going to go driver's ed for a couple
Like in
different
a
reasons.
driver's ed class? Like you had an accident
No.
in-
It
like
just
you
says
ran
driver's
into a
ed
driver's
class.
ed class.
It
That was gonna
doesn't
say,
say
that'd
ed.
probably be the worst.
No, I'm going to go driver's ed for a couple different reasons. One,
You're trying to get your license.
Well, financially, it's the easiest one. On the way to the airport, you're going to miss your flight. You're out a couple
This is
hundred
the worst
bucks.
time to get into a wreck.
Oh, wait, it's the worst? Oh, I was thinking best. Oh,
you not read
fucking
it?
wedding.
No.
Yeah.
I guess it's if your wedding.
Yeah, your
Like, who
wedding.
hasn't seen Hangover? They didn't get a wreck, but,
But
like
if
they
you
were
don't
really
make
on
it, like if you get into a serious wreck
and
and you
everybody
don't,
thinks you're like got cold feet.
all that money you just spent, dude, all those deposits are non-refundable.
But what if your wedding was like in Vegas and it was like one of those?
Okay, if you get into then it just depends on the severity of the car wreck. If you're just
That's like a flight. You're really fucked.
if
on
you're
that.
if you're gonna be like if the car wreck just slows you down half an hour to exchange information and everything, it's flight. Because if you miss your flight, you're just fucking pissed off for months. Because that's a terrible experience. Now, if it's a serious car wreck,
No, I
it's
think
wedding.
I think I'm going back. I think I agree with you on the wedding. That would suck.
But if it's only half an hour,
But
I'd go
if
flight.
you're late on your wedding, or like if you're getting a car wreck on your wedding and like you're dealing with all of that and you don't immediately let someone know, then they're like, "Oh, dude, the groom's not showing up, bro." What the
Well, I mean, if it's not a serious car wreck and you just hit somebody on the... First of all, that's on your boys because you shouldn't be driving on the day of your wedding. Somebody should be driving you.
Okay.
Probably.
Is that a rule?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Even as I said
Never
it, I was
married.
like, wait, is that a thing?
I thought that it was interesting that you did say that.
I don't know.
That's
You
why
and your
I
boys
asked.
should be in limo. You should be fucking killing it.
Oh, a chariot. I want to be in a horse chariot.
No, see, you can't do chariot because a lot of time we live in Texas. It's hot outside
I don't
all
care.
the time.
I don't care.
I don't want to be sweating profusely on
I'll have
the
an
day
air
of my
conditioned chariot.
wedding. This is not a
I'm
thing.
living the lifestyle,
That's
bro.
not a thing. I'm gonna go generally. Airport,
Airport most times. Wedding is probably the worst of those.
but wedding. Worst case scenario in the accident, it's wedding. That would be
Yeah.
fucking awful.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good question, Blair.
Because you can be late to your own wedding because they'll wait for you.
Yeah,
That
that's
flight
true.
ain't-
They
that flight ain't waiting.
The flight ain't waiting. I've missed my flight drinking beer in an airport before.
Wow. Yeah, I've never
Really
missed a flight.
sucked.
I'm 2 hours early
Not
to every
ideal.
flight.
Oh, we were early. We just didn't realize that it was that.
Fucking jamoke.
Yeah, shit. It was sucked.
Bobby, what about you?
I'm gonna go with the driver's ed.
Because like you're trying to put a good first impression, but
Yeah.
it's like I'm a shitty driver anyway, so obviously
Yeah,
I'm
you're
gonna get in a
learning.
wreck.
You can just retake the
And-
test.
It's
no
like-
license.
You ever seen it? Remember the driver's ed cars? Like they say, "Hey, driver, stupid student driver!" Like all over them. They got like sirens and like everything saying, "Hey, watch out!" Like you got like if I see one of those coming, I try and change lanes. I don't want to be near a driver's ed guy. I don't want to do that. So like it's kind of on whoever you hit.
I watched some of Borat yesterday. Remember when he's in the driver's ed? I don't have any lines I want to say. That just applies, and it's a really funny movie. Everyone, go back and watch Borat. It's even funnier than
it's
you
a good
remember.
show. Great movie. Okay, that was a good question, Blair. Let's move on to our final question of this part of the answer segment, not the drunk bonus Uber segment. Matthew Pellegrino says, "How important does a person have to be before they are considered assassinated instead of just murdered?" Now, I don't remember if we've discussed this on the podcast before. I think maybe me and Chris delved into this, but I think we were saying like you have to be a political figure,
Yeah, a
or
leader of a country, I would say.
like a huge celebrity.
Well, you know what? I was just thinking leader
the assassination
of a country?
of Gianni Versace was considered an assassination.
Yeah, but not to me. That's just a murder. But I was thinking you have to be the head of your country. But then I was like, well, Bobby Kennedy was assassinated. Because I was thinking, like, you only think of it in the leader is assassinated, everybody else is murdered. No, like, yeah, political figures.
Political figures definitely are assassinated.
I think that's it. Because even if you're a celebrity, I don't think it's an assassination. Like, nobody says John Lennon was assassinated. He was murdered.
Right, right.
And John Lennon's about as big of a fucking celebrity as you can be. Like, if somebody killed Kim Kardashian tomorrow, nobody would say, oh, Kim was assassinated. They'd be like, no, she was murdered. And sadly, she's about as big of a celebrity on the planet right now, which is fucking disgusting to think about.
Yeah, she's got some clout
now.
now.
Major political figure. I'd say you got to be at least a senator. Like House of Representatives, you got murdered. You didn't get, and you have to be an important senator at that. Like you can't be a first-year junior senator from fucking Vermont.
All right, ready for it?
Yeah.
Murder is the killing of one human being by another. It usually is done for personal reasons such as love, anger, or greed. An assassination is the murder of an important person which is conducted for political or religious reasons.
Okay, so yeah, it's got to be a political assassination.
Political or religious reasons.
Not just a murder of a political person.
You don't want so-and-so becoming whatever.
Yeah, because you could kill a politician for non-political reasons. So it's got to be a political reason.
Okay.
So then I guess, I mean, somebody could be running for politics, not a politician yet. You could assassinate him.
Yeah. I don't know.
Politics. That's where we draw the line.
Politics is where we're going to draw the line. That's a good question, Matthew. Okay.
We actually give you a real answer, not just us bullshitting nothing.
Like I said, you can send your questions to answers@passagewaypod.com. You can tweet them to @passagewaypod, #answers. I am at Alex J. Middleton. Pat is at not Pat Dion. And Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. Now, guys, be sure you stay tuned through the song we're going to end here with, because Curtis Chafin, the Godfather, and I, and Brittany, the Podfather, and Brittany and Vicky, I believe.
Yep, Vicky.
Did a Drunk Uber Answers segment, and our Uber driver also chimed in as well. So be sure to stay tuned past the song, because instead of having a little end clip, that's what we're going to have. So until next week, guys, y'all got anything else? That's it.
Shout out everybody at the reunion.
Yes, shout out Cinco Class. Oh, wait, guys.
Shout out Megan. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, what's up, Megan? Sup.
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 Sup, girl.
All right. You guys, pass the grade, bitches.
You can have whatever you like. You can have whatever you like.
We got some questions, all right? Everybody, this is a podcast we're doing together, guys.
We're doing it.
Pickpockets. Are pickpockets just hand pirates?
Hand pirates?
Pickpockets, are they just hand pirates? Because they're just trying to grab shit with their hands.
No, pirates are only in the open seas and like
No, but the definition of pirate.
A pirate is someone
A pickpocket is a hand pirate, I would argue.
What is the internet is like a global scheme, right? So just like what it's international water.
What are your thoughts?
Anything international.
I think it's just a hand thief.
International.
But it's a hand pirate, you could argue, right?
I guess you could argue it, but
No, because yeah.
A pirate is anything international.
But what if they have an
international?
But where do we know where your hand pirates are going? We don't know. They could be going international.
They're handing in my ass to grab my wallet. And
I don't know how you are handing your ass. That seems inappropriate, first off.
What do you think a pickpocket is, Alex?
Somebody steals things from people's pockets.
Yeah, where's your
question.
Pocket?
What if a pickpocket accidentally touches your penis?
What if a pickpocket accidentally touches your penis? What is that? Is that a pickpocket or is that a sexual offender?
Yeah.
At that point, I think that's a sexual offender.
I think it's very true. Sexual offender.
Your thoughts?
yeah, it becomes two counts of a felony there.
2 counts of felony, according to our Uber driver, guys. You're a fan of the podcast Past the Gravy? No?
I don't think I've ever seen it.
You should definitely check it out. It's pretty great. It's on iTunes, iHeartRadio, and PastGradePod.com. No big deal. So, all right, let's keep.
Give me your phone.
Nope, not gonna give you that. All right, let's keep going with our next question. Do Jewish vampires still avoid crosses?
No. Won't touch it.
Jewish vampire?
Do Jewish vampires still avoid crosses?
He said vampires.
Yes.
These are just, there's no such thing. Back in the day, I was told there was no such thing as a stupid question. And then I asked a question, and then people made fun of me. And I was like, when I have a podcast, there's nobody's going to make fun of my questions.
I thought they just
I feel like all vampires.
Jews essentially, even non-vampire Jews, are afraid of crosses.
Yeah, all
They're afraid of crosses, right? But that's what I'm saying. But like, if you're a Jewish vampire, obviously you're terrified of crosses.
Right.
Oh my God. They avoid
questions
state.
Irrelevant. Next
Unless
question.
you're a big Twilight fan.
That means yes, they're all terrified. All right. Why didn't people just use a dream catcher to stop Freddy Krueger? Next question. Let's go.
That's actually brilliant.
Why didn't they? Why didn't they just use a dream catcher?
Stupid.
Because Freddy Krueger only attacks you in your dreams, right?
That was like early
What?
80s.
But why didn't we use that
They
then?
weren't idiots. Know about it. They were too white.
It was before.
They're too white. That's a good answer. All right. How come? Our next question is wait. Train hijacking.
What?
It's train hijacking. Is it defeatist or incredibly optimistic?
After they stopped doing the Wild West, it's kind of burned out.
But like it is a little defeatist because like if you attack a train, like what are you doing?
But
That
are
train,
you
like,
riding,
you-
or are you like getting on the top?
But
like,
you know where the train's going.
Right.
You know where the train's going.
It's played
Are you
out.
a train pirate? Oh, what isn't it
That's a hand pirate. Hand pirate is what we learned earlier.
Pirate,
Cool
too,
to try
yeah.
and jump on one. It's not about where it's going. It's just like, hey, like I want to just
I'm
try
along
and
for the
jump
ride.
on.
Okay, all right. Next question.
Never heard of it. There.
Why don't Star Wars fans call themselves Star Warriors? Ooh, that's a good one.
Because they're too afraid to like Star Wars. And
Because they're just nerds that want to call themselves,
What do they call each other?
I don't know, Star Warians?
So I'm just wondering, like, what?
I love Star Wars, but like,
have never
I don't
heard,
fucking care.
Like, Star Wars fans call each
I
other.
think Star Warriors is a pretty solid name,
It's a
actually.
solid name, but
they
I don't know
call
what they call
themselves-
each other.
They call themselves
Star
part
Wars
of the
fans.
Empire.
But like
Oh,
Star
they're
Warriors is
Empire-y?
pretty great, right?
No, part of the rebellion, right? They call
Oh.
themselves part of.
Part of the.
movement.
All right. If
It's a movement.
all right, next question. If we consider dwarfs humans, this shouldn't. Oh, if we consider dwarfs humans, then shouldn't Pluto be considered a planet, even though it's a dwarf
Absolutely.
planet?
And it is considered a planet. They changed.
If Pluto is
no, they
considered a
changed
dwarf
it.
planet, should we consider it a planet if we consider dwarfs
Planet is still the, in the
humans?
name.
From when I was in school, Pluto was a planet. So.
Back when I was in school, Pluto was also a planet.
So yeah, a dwarf planet is definitely a planet.
All right, where can we follow you on Twitter?
Doesn't matter if you're little.
I don't have Twitter.
You have a Twitter? What about
At Blue
Snapchat?
Car.
No?
No.
Nothing? All right, peace out, Cap Scott. Thanks, man. I'll take you on the app. 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 I'll take you on the app.